Hi, everyone. I'm Chris.
And this is Milton with the Sports Truth.
The truth will set you free.
Yes, it will. So we'll start off with the Monday Night Football game. The Bucks against the Giants. To me, this was really easy. Brady hadn't lost 3 in a row since 2002. To put that in perspective, I didn't have any of my kids.
I was 10.
Yes.
I was 10 at the time.
Yes, you were 10, so you were probably in 5th grade?
Yeah, I was in fifth grade.
At Rancho?
Rancho Elementary.
Okay.
And I was playing Pokemon.
Okay, you were playing Pokemon, and I had just been married a couple months, okay? So that's the reason I took the Brady and the Bucks was because I had complete faith this time in Brady pulling it out. They were at home where they averaged 40 points, and they had Gronk back. That was the magic.
That's where they lost the last two.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I guess what happened was in the Rams game, he got 5 broken ribs and a punctured lung, okay? I get a bruised knee, and I'm crying, okay? But 5 broken ribs and a punctured lung, oh, my God. So he made the big difference. I think they're getting Antonio Brown back. As long as Brady has his toys, he's good. You know, I mean, imagine waking up on Christmas Day as a kid and you have no toys under the Christmas tree, okay? How would you feel? You would feel like crap. Your childhood would be ruined, which would leak into your teenage years, which would lead into your adulthood, and you'd be a loser. All because you didn't have your toys under the Christmas tree. Well, that's how it is with Brady. He usually has his toys or makes a good use of what he has, you know. I'm just getting into the festivities, into the Christmas spirit, into the Thanksgiving spirit. Exactly. So that's where I'm at, okay? I won yesterday, so I'm in a great mood.
How much?
40.
No. Biggest one give you 40? It's unfortunate.
Yeah, exactly. Well. But you know what? I watched the whole game, and there wasn't any time where I was fearful of losing. I said something like, "Oh shoot, I can't believe Brady did that." And then my wife's upstairs and says, "Oh, I guess that means that I'm not getting any Black Friday money." I'm like, right now it's looking a little iffy, but then after that it was all good. So there will be a Black Friday for my wife.
It's the Giants though.
Yeah,
they always have to
it's the
scare
Giants.
You in the beginning.
No, for sure. Exactly. And I knew it was going to be a tight game early on, but they had already done that against the Chiefs. And yeah, the defense was all over Daniel Jones. So yeah, they won 31-10. And the other thing that told me that the Bucks were going to win. So when I do the power rankings this week, I'm either going to be a genius or a complete moron. Okay, that's going to be the 2 categories.
I'm leaning towards moron.
Yeah,
because I'm negative.
Yeah, no, exactly. So I'll let us, because I think for the most part we agree on things, you know, and so we'll go through that. But yeah, Brady looked good. They have a tough game up against the Colts this week. But, yeah, they needed to right the ship, you know, especially the ship that's in the Buccaneers Stadium. All right?
Yeah.
That cool ship that they have?
Yeah, pirate ship.
Pirate ship, yeah. Anything else you have to say on the game before we move on to another subject?
Let's say it on behalf of Matt. You're a jinx. You almost ruined the Chargers game. They were down because of you. That's all Matt had to tell me, okay?
All right.
You're a jinx.
Does he even have time to listen to our podcasts? Okay. Let's hope. Let's talk through him through the podcast.
He called me yesterday.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. What did he say?
He doesn't call you because apparently he likes me more.
Yeah. I mean, he called me on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
And I
Sunday
just
night?
Sunday morning,
Oh.
right? And I ignored the phone call.
Of course.
For whatever. It's Sunday.
And then you started texting him during the Chargers game. That's what he said. And you were jinxing and cursing his team. That's what he told me on the phone.
Did he?
Yeah, you were texting him, weren't you? During Sunday Night Football.
I was.
He's like, dang it, Milton's trying to curse the Chargers. That's what you're doing. Stop with your jinx, okay? Knock on wood.
But I guess he had tickets available in clubs.
Yeah, that's what somebody said. And he lost $1,400.
Oh.
He said he had to burn the $1,400 because he didn't invite us.
Oh, wow.
He should. Yeah. I mean, he should. I think he
I
tried to.
I wish he would have told us the night before, or I would answer the phone. Yeah, for sure.
Come on, man. That's on you. We could have gone to a Charger game.
know.
What is wrong with you, man?
I messed up. I dropped the
club tickets too, man.
And it was a good game. I mean, 41-37 on the Sunday night. No, for sure.
We could have had it, man.
All right.
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Thanks,
All
Matt.
right.
We appreciate it.
So I'm gonna, before we move into our famous power rankings for week 12.
Oh, they're famous? I didn't know that.
They're famous. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
sort of like 23.
Yeah, it's like
subscribers.
A cult following. You know, there's just a few
Yeah,
people
that's all we
into it.
need.
Yeah, exactly, and then it gets bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So anyway, I want to talk about an incident that happened in the NBA. Okay.
Oh yeah, Matt told me about this on the phone. He
Did
sent me the tweet. It was
Yeah,
hilarious.
because
But
he's
but go
okay,
ahead.
so it makes sense because if anybody knew of this, and I'm gonna ask him, I wish he was here.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna give you my takes on it. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Matt's a Laker fan.
Yes.
And LeBron was on the line,
Mm-hmm.
and they were boxing out, which you always should, but you could see his clinch.
Yeah.
His fists clinch up.
Mm-hmm.
And he pounds this guy in the face, crosses him like the nose, mouth. And then after a while, you start to see that he's bleeding. And when they show the video, you're like, oh, damn. So at first, LeBron like fiends like oh, you okay? I just smacked you in the face, you know? And so this guy has to be restrained like 3 or 4 times, okay? So then the suspensions came out. And
yeah,
I told my wife about it, and I said, I know it's gonna happen. It's LeBron, so LeBron could do no wrong, and whatever they give him was wrong. You know, for sports media and all the people that love LeBron.
Oh, tap on the wrist.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all he's gonna get.
So what ended up happening is LeBron got 1 game suspension.
Wow.
And the guy who had to be held back because his blood was running down his face into his mouth got 2 games. So my thing is, and my wife always says this, like, if you're going to use a rule, be fair to all the people involved. And whatever one got, the other should have got. So if LeBron got 1, then the other guy should have got 1. If the other guy got 2, then LeBron should have got 2.
You know why? It's because it's LeBron.
It's LeBron, exactly.
Anyone else would have been suspended for more games.
I know. Like, can you imagine?
Okay,
wait, hold on. I'm going to get
Say a random person who's not LeBron.
No. I'm going to say the person who was on his same team that had he done that, 10 games easy.
Who?
Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, if he punched him like that.
Yeah,
Russell
because he's always getting technicals. He's a hothead.
He's not LeBron.
Actually, they said that he got a technical in the game, and he's like, wait a minute, how did I get a technical? I was just watching it. And then he said, well, I guess if they're going to give it to anybody, they think, oh, we might as well give it to him. So he ended up getting a technical on the play for nothing because he's Russell Westbrook. Okay,
LeBron is there.
So the reverberations of the earthquake of LeBron, that's how it affected it.
Give him the technical.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about the bias then?
No,
this is sports truth. How do you feel?
It's just like it almost seemed like the one that they gave him was too much, and it was. I talked to my wife about it, and she says, "Well, it's based on like good behavior, right?
Yes.
Because one of my daughter's friends went to college, right? Had the fake ID.
Yes.
Tried to get into try to buy from the liquor store.
Yes.
Well, guess who the liquor store clerk was?
Who?
What would you guess?
I don't know.
No idea.
No idea.
That he might be an undercover cop.
He wasn't he?
He was. And busted her for it. Okay? Yeah.
Okay, and what
happened? So, but she supposedly didn't tell her mom, you know?
Okay.
But ended up going to court, taking care of it, and because she's got an excellent record, I mean, this girl's got a GPA, star of the soccer team, like, just flawless resume, you know?
So what happened?
Let it go.
Really? Yeah. Anyone else would have gone to jail?
I mean, it's the whole like thing of white privilege. You know, this white girl. You know that.
You know what's funny though about white privilege? You say that I don't really think it's necessarily white.
Yeah.
Privilege.
Okay.
More like people who have money. It doesn't matter what race
status,
you are. If you have money.
Oh, like Lamar Jackson said when he said that green trumps black, white.
Yes.
Yellow, brown.
Yeah. So like, it doesn't even I wouldn't even say white privilege anymore. I would just say the privileged who have money can get away with anything they want, which I do not like.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is that it probably doesn't hurt to be white.
I know.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I'm saying
I agree.
In all fairness.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter what race you are. If you have money, you're privileged.
That's
you
true.
can get away with it.
That's
Come
true.
on.
Exactly.
It's not even fair.
That's why it was so cool when I heard the interview that Lamar Jackson's grandma, right, who he loved so much and had a close contact with, was telling him
green trumps all the
exactly,
it's true, though.
And to go through it. So I mean, I came away with respect for him.
So since like LeBron is LeBron.
Yeah.
and he has money.
Yeah.
So he has the privilege of only getting a slap on the wrist.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
That's literally the reason.
Exactly. That's what
bunch
happened.
of crap.
Yeah. Exactly.
Come on.
Good behavior got him off.
So you're saying he's like the Tom Brady of basketball, where he gets the Brady rule and he gets pampered.
Oh well,
right?
yeah, but the thing is with
that.
the Brady rule, Brady also got juked over by what's the commissioner's name?
Roger Goodell.
Roger Goodell.
Yes.
Because he served 4-game suspension.
Yes.
For
the phone thing.
No, not the. Yeah.
Wasn't it the phone thing? He didn't let him look at his phone. Or something?
No. It wasn't that. It was inflating the ball.
Which he never did.
Yeah, exactly. So he got 4 games for possibly inflating the ball.
Just because he refused to turn his phone over.
Yeah,
Seriously.
turn over his phone. Yeah, exactly.
What, really?
And then that's what it was. You're
Yes,
right. And then LeBron takes a clenched fist,
after he punches someone.
Yeah, he smashes somebody with a fist.
He's supposed to be a role model for young kids.
It was almost like he learned it in like a taekwondo class, just like taking that fist,
probably
balling
UFC.
it up, and like a hammer throw, where you just.
I don't even care what the other guy said to him that pissed him off, whatever,
right,
or whatever. You're a role model for kids, LeBron. You can't do that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's kids watching. You really want to tell them that violence is okay?
Yeah, you know what? My wife says he needs to go on, apologize for what he did, accept for what he did, know? Because she realizes all the good he does. He's got the cool show, The Shop, in black and white.
Everything.
And you have these, like, hip-hop and actors, and it's a lot of fun.
That's what I'm saying. You can't slip up like this because everyone's watching.
Yeah.
Like,
don't you think apologies owed?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't care what
the
other
would it
dude
be
said.
an admittance of guilt, and how dare he even got the 1 game
Ignore
suspension.
the guilt part.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be a role model for children or like people in general, right?
Yeah.
That's a good way to show a leadership message of
exactly.
apologizing and showing that you're the bigger man. See?
Right. No,
instead of being, selfish and like, I don't care. Like,
right.
That doesn't help.
Right. Well, that's what Baker Mayfield said when asked about the fans.
What did he say?
He said, those are usually the fans that are loud when we're trying to like hike the ball and they don't really care of what's going on with me or something like that. And he's like, I could care less about those fans.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And they gave him Coma crap for, I can't believe he's turning on the fans. You're never supposed to turn on. No, he's not turning on the fans. That's your guys' twist on it.
Yes,
your yellow journalism,
Yeah, yellow journalism.
Where it's like, no, he said the asshole fans. That
yes,
he didn't
not
like.
all
He didn't
fans.
say all fans, but
God.
ESPN made it into like, how dare he turn on the fans?
Dude, ESPN is literally the worst sports channel. I'm sorry, guys.
I know.
It's the one that everyone makes fun of. We make fun of.
Right.
The Pat McAfee show makes fun of.
I know, right?
Like the Monday Night Football, the Mannings, they make fun of it too. Even though they're on the channel, which is the best part. You're just gonna get away with it. Yeah. But anyway.
So I just thought it was important to bring that up.
We had it's the sports truth. We have to talk about it.
All right. So we're gonna get into our power rankings.
I'll let you take the floor.
I gotta say, dude, this was probably one of the toughest power rankings I had to do. Because 4 of the top 5 teams in my power rankings lost.
Not mine.
Not yours. That is true.
How dare you make fun of my VIP room Cardinals? If they're not in the VIP room, I swear. This is like college football rankings.
They're still in the VIP room. I would
hope
never.
so.
Why would I kick them out if
they won? They beat the Seahawks, man. Come on.
All right, so we'll start out at number 32.
Oh no, who's drowning in the corner from the Washington football teams?
Yeah, it sucks to be the only team in the NFL not to experience what everybody else has experienced.
A
win. Yeah. It's the Lions. They fought hard the last 2 weeks, and I give Dan Capable like all the credit. They were down 13-0. They come back 13-10 with some guy named Tim Boyle.
Yes.
And it's like,
bro, you know what? If Cliff doesn't get coach of the year, I want Campbell to.
Yeah.
Like all the other coaches, not to be mean, I feel like they don't give a crap. Oh, we have great players.
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, you know what?
Campbell has no one, and he's trying.
No, it's true. He doesn't have much talent, and his quarterback's hurt. His defense is terrible.
Trying,
he goes for it on 4th down. He goes for 2-point
I can't make fun of him anymore. He's literally trying everything.
Yeah. So you know what? I actually like the Lions.
Against who are they going against?
Against the Bears this week. They're playing at home. They're getting points. Like I can't see Dan Campbell on Thanksgiving like not giving it everything he has.
Yeah, everyone's
and
watching.
Just being blown out. And then their Bears have Andy Dalton.
They have issues.
They have issues. Yeah.
My
Anyways, but that's more Friday's talk. Oh
yeah.
No. Wait a minute. That's gonna be confusing because.
We're gonna do Friday.
You know what?
You
know what? We're gonna do those games today. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
Sure.
So anyways, we'll talk about it right now. The first game of the morning, it always involves the Lions as long as I can remember, like for the last 40 years.
Yeah, why is Thanksgiving always Lions or Bears?
I don't know.
Is it the NFC North tradition to eat turkey?
Yeah, I think since they were one of the first teams to form, like in
I
the
thought the Bears
1920s.
Weren't the Bears the first?
Could've
sworn they were the oldest.
no, for sure. But
Actually,
the
it's
Bears,
the Bears and the
Lions, they're all the
Packers.
same white rich fucking owners.
It's the Bears and Packers, I think. Actually,
Yeah, but
they are.
right.
And then the Lions, I think. Yeah. I don't know why the NFC North's the oldest. It's maybe because it's Midwest and up north in the big metropolitan cities, and they have nothing else to do but football. You know what I mean? It's kind of boring, so I understand. White rich. I think that's funny how you say that. How about you forgot to say the last one? Old.
Oh yeah.
and
That
rich.
definitely goes.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's the three things you need to own a team.
So you know what? The Lions, they have to beat the Bears. It's their only chance. I don't think they're going to beat anyone else.
Right.
They're kind of going to get swamped by everyone. So.
And I think the fact that Justin Fields is out with some injured ribs, and it's going to be Andy Dalton, it's going to be a close game. So, and probably the under in that game. So I like the Lions. Like if you're going to give me like 10 points,
Lions plus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Who's 31st?
Oh, 31st. Okay. Oh boy. Oh well. I mean, I'm very familiar with who this 31st team is because my Niners handled them pretty well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Okay. Well, this team I think 9 out of the last 10 years has double-digit losses, and I think at this point they're going to continue that tradition.
I hope so.
They just don't have much of anything. You know, a coach that doesn't want to be there, that's going to have a heart attack if he plays in the NFL past this year.
Jaguars.
Yeah. And, I mean, a defense that tries hard, a rookie quarterback. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's a mess.
I feel bad. I don't think, here's my thing. I don't think that Trevor Lawrence is Ryan Leaf, like the Chargers. I don't think he's a bust.
Well,
I think he just needs another coach or more time to develop. I don't think he's a bust. If whoever said he's a bust, you guys need to
No, I don't think he's a bust. No, it's
a
way
bust.
too early for that.
Come on, guys.
I think the thing is that he's college, and then he's being coached by a college coach, so it's like he's not making any progress forward. And
progress.
Yeah, and that's what you need right now is.
So you're playing college football against professional teams. That's why it's not
you really
working
need
out.
somebody that has some experience to come in there.
Who would you recommend?
Who
Who could be head coach of the Jaguars next year? That's in the NFL right now. Who has experience? Who's probably going to lose their job, or they're an offensive coordinator?
Yeah, I know. I don't know. That's a good question. I'd have to think about that. I can't think of anything. Nothing really.
I have one.
Ooh,
Really?
I don't know.
Who's the offensive coordinator for the Niners?
Kyle Shanahan.
What? Isn't he your head coach?
Yeah, I think he calls the plays though. I mean,
So whoever the OC is for the Niners is going to go because the Niners never hold on to your OC and DC. You always let them go.
All right. So I think that's enough on the Jags. They're playing they're playing the Falcons. So bird on cat.
Well, we all know who wins in that one.
Yeah, that's
the cat.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
So next on the list, I just sort of hold these two teams as interchangeable. Like they're both losers, but they occasionally surprise you, and that would be the Jets. I mean, from the J to the
JJ.
Yeah, exactly.
The jet plane.
Yeah. I mean, good effort for Flacco.
I told you.
Yeah. He was going to give a good effort, but not enough.
I called it again, didn't I? Flacco does that
Yeah.
crap and scares you.
Yeah, scares you, but wasn't able to. So, yeah. I'm confident that the Texans will take out the Jets with Tyrod Taylor this week at home.
It's another one I called. Remember when I said the Texans will make it close?
Yeah.
Or win, and everyone else agreed with me? Maybe, I think you did. And that was
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Because
what did I tell you guys?
Yeah. What was happening with the Titans is that they were... We'll get to them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, number.
Should have bet on the freaking Texans. I would have made so much money.
Oh, I know.
Were they underdog
10,
by a lot?
Yeah, so
Oh,
at least
come
five or 600. Yeah.
So much money.
See, I was thrown off because early in the week when we did the power rankings last week, I said Tyrod Taylor, and then you said, "Oh no, he's injured, or he's not going to play, or he's out."
Mm-hmm.
And so I was looking for some things to try to find that, and it's like, no,
that's what they said.
Yeah,
apparently not.
Apparently not. Yeah.
The hell. Okay.
So,
you got lied to.
Yeah.
I got lied to. Remember?
Right.
Like Kyler Murray might play. No. Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Against Cam Newton.
So number 29.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. If there was any chance for them to win a game, it was playing at home, playing against the other team's backup quarterback, and just write off the 17-0 fluke that happened in Green Bay last week, and it's the Seahawks. Seahawks! Exactly.
So what happened? Was it the Seahawks giving up?
It was. Now that I saw the video, it was like twice they had some nice drives where Russell was doing his thing.
Within the 20-yard line.
Yeah, and then Pete Carroll decides to kick field goals. Like, field goals are going to...
Against the backup QB of the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Really?
That was... And it's no reason that even when the Cardinals weren't as good as they are right now, they've traditionally somehow beaten the Seahawks when they play there. Mm-hmm. Like, they have it's like an advantage for them when they play there. So, yeah. So they're done. They're officially done. My friend at work, he's a Seahawks fan.
Are you happy?
Oh, I'm thrilled,
you
dude.
Hate the Seahawks,
yeah, I mean, a Niners win is just a little bit higher than a Seahawks loss, you know? And when we play them and we trash them because we'll be, peeking towards getting that last playoff spot, then
enjoy it.
Yeah, the Seahawks getting pounded and,
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Number 28, a permanent cellar dweller. They started off the week by scoring 0 points. Man, I should have put my life savings on this game. The Patriots beating the Falcons 25-0.
Yeah.
So basically, before they couldn't stop anybody, right?
Yes.
Because they got one of the worst pass defenses and worst secondary, just bad overall defense.
Yep.
Especially with Dan Quinn gone. And
now
now they can't friggin' score. They scored 3 points. There's 0 points against the Patriots, 3 points against the Cowboys, and then I think the week before that they won by a couple points against the Saints. But they
that's it.
And you know what? You could see the slow digression of what's happening. First, Calvin Ridley says he has mental issues, mental health. You know, good. Go take care of that. Take your meds, then 100%. Come back for sure. Not gonna knock on that. That'd be stupid.
That would be rude. Yeah.
Exactly. And then Cordell Patterson, who's sort of a kick returner, running back, wide receiver, is injured. So all you have is Kyle Pitts. That was easy
for Bill Belichick.
Belichick is scheme on defense. I'm gonna take your best player away.
It's what what Bill Belichick does. It's called the art of war, Sun Tzu. He says attack your opponent's weaknesses.
Yeah.
And exploit your own strengths.
Yeah.
So what he did was basically take away Pitts. So now the whole Falcons team is just a weakness. That's why I was saying he laughed. He's like, "Oh, this will be easy."
Yeah. No, for sure.
Have Mac Jones dissect them apart, in which he did.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it was a slaughter.
Yeah. I know. It feels like I've been trying to get my friends on the Patriot train, which at the beginning, I had the Patriots train going to Auschwitz,
Yeah, they were done.
Yeah, exactly.
Not Auschwitz, not anymore.
But now I'm like, dang,
we're going to SoFi.
Yeah, exactly. I was looking at some of the spreads for money lines, and your Cardinals are like a 400, which means you put 100 to win 400. The Bucks are, they're like fair odds,
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
And then there's
the Patriots.
I want to say they're 1,500 to 1 odds. So if you put 100, you win $1,500.
That's a lot, to make the Super Bowl or to win it.
No, to win it. And then there's who did I see that was like, oh, that one looks. That's you want to take a couple favorites and then a couple dogs, right? So basically, if you spend $400, you basically want to get your money back on the teams that are paying 1 to 400.
Yes.
Or you happen to hit the long shots, which are $1,500, and the other one, which was the Colts, was $3,600. So if you put $100, you win $36.
That's
a
lot.
If you put $1,000, if you have a little extra cash.
So how do you make a lot of money in Vegas then? if as your new career, say you just do gambling to make money, you don't actually work. How would you make your money on Super Bowl?
Well, I don't think you make your money on the Super Bowl. You make your money on all the things leading up to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
In fact, my friend Dave was telling me, he's like, man, you're terrible at like doing picks. He's like, but then you have so much knowledge on the game, you know who's going to score and what's going to happen. So those are the prop bets, bets where it's money. Like when you tell me the 1.5 sack and it always comes in. It's sort of
tell you it does.
It's sort of similar to that. So like I always give that information to my friend Dave because he's like, dude, is this guy going to score a touchdown? And I'm like, of course Devontae Adams is going to score a touchdown, or
that's how many times he's going to get a sack. I'm like 1.5 to 2, and I'm always right.
Exactly.
TJ Watt got like 3.
There's so many bets out there that you need to see the one that has the highest.
Yeah, and Nick Bosa too got 2, I think, as well when I said 1.5.
Yeah.
On that one game, that's hilarious. I should do prop bets.
I know prop bets. Maybe
I just know, man.
Exactly.
But honest question though, can you actually make a living off of bets? So you start with a small amount of money from honest work, right? Because I'm not calling honest.
Yeah,
that's
not
honest in my opinion.
No, absolutely.
And you can just live off that week to week as long as you're right.
Yeah, no,
right?
Absolutely.
How?
And I think the
threshold
is as a gambler you have to hit 63% of your bets
to make a living.
Yeah. Really? So
you never actually have to work.
Yeah. I mean, I see them on TV all the time with ESPN and stuff. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm definitely right now just very much an amateur gambler, But,
I was just curious. Like, if you make what $1,000, $2,000 a week, that's more than some people make at an honest job, 8 hours a day. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, my friends, when they're winning, sometimes they win like 1,100 or 800 in a week, and they're just doing it for funsies, because they either got good jobs or they got tons of stock.
And they're just doing it for fun.
They're just doing it for fun.
So I won pocket change.
Yeah,
I feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah, pocket change to them is like,
I can feed my servants now. Anyways, all right. So they play the Jags. So one loser against another loser.
Hey, but you know what? Those kind of bad games though can be really fun though.
That is true. In fact, that's the point that I brought up to my friend because my friend said, "Oh, the Falcons-Jags." I'm thinking under, and I'm like, "That's what you would initially think."
I'm thinking over.
But it's actually more over because you have two teams that can't really stop each other, and then amongst themselves, they're going to look like they're playing really well, and take advantage of that situation. Yeah. And then you have like a 27-24 game, or
and it's over.
Yeah,
it's over 50.
Yeah. So, all right. So number 27. This team jumped from 32. To 27, and we mocked it and said the Titans are playing the Texans 1 versus 32. What could go wrong? But as we pointed out, the Titans they lost to the Jets. I was seeing it from a different perspective. You saw it as from like this is
a trend.
This is a trend.
That teams are like their own organism. Remember that's what I said last week.
Right.
Which they are.
This is the train that the Titans were on, right?
Yes.
Had won 4 straight against playoff teams,
and then they were they were the underdog, but not anymore.
Then they lost the Derrick Henry, right?
Yes.
So it was a rallying cry, like everybody get together, everybody do their part. We can do this as a team, and they did. And the following week, they barely hold on to a Saints team that's trending in the wrong direction.
Yep.
And then finally, the collapse is. Not only if this was Davis Mills, they squeak one out.
Yeah.
But they had Tyrod Taylor. The difference in the game, And
but also, they weren't the underdog anymore.
They weren't the underdog. They were the heavy favorites. And anytime the Titans are a heavy favorite,
stay away. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose.
They were a nice 3-point favorite against your Cards. Got blown out. They were a giant 10-point favorite against the. But as underdogs, they do
good.
They do well. So.
But also saying the organism of the Texans though.
Yeah.
They do this a lot with Tyrod Taylor. They upset or make it really close against better teams.
Well, you got to give some credit to that Texans defense because they picked off Tan the Man 4 times. And that's typical
they don't
Tannehill. Like, if Tannehill has a running back to run his system and then...
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, but if he has to go to 3 straight downs...
Oh, sounds like Baker Mayfield out of his running backs.
That's a perfect example.
Baker and Tannehill are the same. Get picked off because they have to throw it too much.
Right. Exactly.
Anyways,
I still trust Tannehill over Baker.
I know. But remember, guys, this is the sports truth, and you can't really hear his voice because he's putting the journal in front of the mic.
I'm sorry.
You literally are going to sound muffled now for half the recording. That's on you.
Okay.
Too late. We're not redoing it, guys. This is
All right.
raw sports truth.
All right.
I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah, exactly. But I'm close up. Usually I'm back leaning, so it should work.
But yeah, good job, Texans.
Yes.
He made fun of you guys. I didn't. I believed you the whole time. I said, watch the upset special.
Me?
Yeah, you made fun of the Texans. Remember? You just said that.
No, I said initially I did, but then when I found out that Tyrod Taylor could be a possibility,
then you said, no shit. Yeah,
I'm like, they're not covering and they're probably going to lose. Yeah, because you got to remember Tyrod Taylor. He came out, beat the Jags. Yes. The second game against the Browns, he was leading and almost won before the injury.
Yep.
He comes back, his first game back against the Dolphins. He throws one bonehead play that he thinks he's throwing away, but he throws actually an interception.
Yeah.
They lose by one score. That's the difference. They come back. They beat the Titans, who are number 1 ranked team in my power rankings last week.
32 versus 1.
That's why I have all the faith in the world that the Texans are going to beat the Jets. They're playing at home.
Against the Jets.
Okay? This Texans team is a little bit better than the...
You never thought you'd say that, huh?
I know. No, there's a ranking system within prison.
The cellar. Yeah, within the cellar.
Within the cellar, you know?
Who's the kingpin of the cellar?
Oh, wow. That's a...
who's the kingpin of the cellar?
I'm probably going to have to go Texans.
Yeah, the Texans are the kings of the cellar?
Yeah, because you got to go on what you have. So if you have this pitcher for this baseball game, then that means that you're probably going to win the game, you know? But if you have a secondary pitcher coming in, then not so good. And so the quarterback is the pitching position, and somehow with Tyrod Taylor, he runs just enough. He keeps the offense moving.
Exactly.
Like, just this, and then he flew into the end zone. And that's what I'm hoping he does this week. So we'll see.
You never thought you put money on the Texans, huh?
No, I know. My friend's like, you're crazy. He's like, yeah, you said something about you took the Titans. I'm like, no, I didn't take the Titans. I'm betting against the Titans with the Patriots. I took the Texans. And he said, oh, that's even worse.
Oh, yeah, I was going to eat his words here after this.
I know. And I'm like, I'm in trouble if I go to Chris and say, what do you think of me taking the Texans over the Jets? And he starts saying, like, the same thing, you know? But we found that early on that Tyrod Taylor
on the Texans
is this weird miracle elixir on the worst team in football.
He's literally Fitzmagic.
Yeah. He's like a black Fitzmagic.
Yeah, he's a journeyman. Like, they're both journeymen.
Yeah, he's gone through a lot. I mean, he got a punctured lung, and so I think he's playing a little bit with a chip on his shoulder.
I would too.
And he does the right balance of run and then the pass, and he's athletic, and he just gives him a leadership quality.
He's literally like, I don't want to be mean. Yeah. He's like the poor man's version of Lamar Jackson. He can run.
Yeah,
if he needs to, and throw
exactly.
If he
but I think he has sort of more cognitive sense than Lamar does for some reason.
Yeah, because he's been in the league longer.
Yeah, he's been in the league longer.
He's a journeyman like Fitzmagic, like 12 plus years or 10, whatever it is.
So next we got on the list above them. Which I didn't have anything filled in for them because they played last night, which were the Giants, you know.
They need Saquon. If Saquon doesn't come back this year, or if he doesn't recover for next year, if he gets injured next year, his career's over. He needs to make a full season. Saquon.
Yeah, I've sort of given up on Saquon.
You have, I haven't.
Okay.
No, I've been watching him since college.
I know, dude.
That's why.
And he was amazing at Penn State, and he was amazing in his rookie season, and he hasn't been ever since.
That's what I'm saying. I still have faith
availability
in him.
Is the
best
only
running back I've ever watched from the start. That's why I have faith in him. Okay. I will not give up on Saquon.
Do you know what I don't have faith in? I don't have faith in Gettleman, the GM. I don't have faith in Joe Judge. I don't have faith in Danny Dimes, as they used to call him.
You know what's funny, though?
Uh-huh. This is his
if they release Saquon and he goes to another team, and I have a specific team in mind, Milton.
Who?
If he doesn't get injured anymore, you know who I'd love him to be on?
The Cardinals.
The Niners.
Oh. I don't know, because I think it'd sort of be a waste of his talent, because Shanahan, like his dad, and made fantasy owners frustrated. He's got 4 running backs. You're not sure if he's going to play Elijah Mitchell or Jeff Wilson Jr.
Yeah, but I'm saying prime rookie Saquon on the 49ers, with that 49ers O-line and running it 68%.
Yeah, you know what, though? I don't know if the style fits, because he's more of like that hammering type big running back. And
what do you mean, dude? Were you watching the same Saquon? He has a 4.340. Are you kidding me?
There's just something about him that's not working for me.
For me, it would. I'd be scared of you as a Cards fan. I'm like, I don't want to play the Niners.
For some reason, I'm usually scared of the Giants because they're 19-5 against the spread as road underdogs. But because of what was building with Brady yesterday. It didn't matter who you put in front of them; they would have won.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to have poor Saquon get released because another team will use him and then make the Giants feel bad.
Is it time to upgrade from Danny Dimes?
No. It's the Giants. They're gonna keep injured prone Saquon and Danny Dimes the whole time because they're the Giants. Mm-hmm. They don't change. They remind me of the Bears.
Yeah, I don't have much else to say about the Giants.
You guys are giant killers. Ha, pun intended.
They weren't last night.
I know, not that time, but usually they are.
Usually they are, and
if Brady hadn't lost earlier,
yes, whole other game, 3-point game.
Oh my God, the Giants would have been like,
it's true. It's true. You're right. Had they beat the Saints, had they squashed Washington, and they came in at 10-point underdogs,
scared.
I wouldn't have taken the Bucks for the bet. Because I would have probably dropped all the points on the Giants.
Would have scared me. Yeah. But anyways, continue.
Anyways, yes. Okay, so number 25. Man, this team has been all over the board. They're in the cellar, sort of deep in it. I mean, at one point they were top 10. They've lost 3 straight. I don't know if they have what it takes to win on Thanksgiving and upset the Cowboys. But
I have no idea who it is.
No idea. No. You don't know who's playing the Cowboys this Thanksgiving?
I didn't look.
Yeah,
who is
the Raiders. Here's
the thing. Raiders-Cowboys games are usually fun.
Tight. Well, you know what the series is?
What?
What do you think it is?
I think it's either tied or the Cowboys have a slight edge. Yeah. Tied?
6 wins Raiders, 6 wins Cowboys. That's pretty good.
See? I know my football.
You do.
It's the sport's truth.
Yeah.
It's usually close.
It's a close game.
I don't know, man.
And the thing with the Raiders is they've lost 3 straight, right? So it's time to write them off. It's time to let's put them in the cellar. And then they beat the Cowboys. And then you get mad.
Yeah,
then you get mad. And I'm like, I am not betting on the Cowboys game. I might bet on the Lions game because that's early in the morning. Like, you get over it. You know, like, oh, well, I lost. Yeah. You don't want to be eating your turkey, talking with family members,
suddenly
drinking, and the Cowboys are getting blown out.
You're like, no!
The Cowboys fucked up my 2021 Thanksgiving. You don't want that. So I'm leaving them completely off. I'll watch them. Okay, because my thing is that they should have a correction. They should win the game. But my friend Johnny warned me about this. He's like, Amari Cooper's out. I'm like, don't worry about it. They got like Cedric Wilson and they got Gallup and they got CeeDee Lamb. So what happens because one player's out? That means that the next domino is there, which is CeeDee Lamb. He's supposed to get a touchdown, but the Chiefs guy intercepts right in front of him. He goes back, knocks his head. So he might be out for this game. So now you have your 2 options out.
I got the Raiders now.
Yeah.
With the Cowboys losing their toys, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Just an ugly game. You just want to stay away from it. Yeah, anyways, that's the Raiders.
Ruining your stuffing in your turkey.
Yeah, and I don't want the Raiders to be the one that mess up the Cowboys to mess up my bet. I just don't want any part of it.
It's going to be close, though.
Yeah, it's going to be close.
Because Cowboys-Raiders
if I had to do anything, I'm going to go over on it because the Raiders have been in a funk. So they get their offense going in a dome, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Cowboys, they've scored 8 out of their last 9 games. They've averaged 35 points at home.
Yeah.
So I think they go right back to it. So if there's anything on this, I would say, I'm going to tell my friend Dave, take the over in this game. Don't let the Cowboys ruin your Christmas, you know? Because they essentially, yeah. Okay.
So I got Leighton Vander Esch at 1 sack.
Oh, okay.
And I have him at 1 pick.
Interesting. I would have thought you'd take a Micah Parsons for a sack.
No.
Oh, interesting.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Wow. Okay, let's write that down there. Pick and a sack?
Yeah, a pick and a sack probably.
Wow. To say that both of those are going to come in, I'll have to look to see if that's
Watch
available.
if they both come in. Wow, what would you say?
Yeah, I'd be impressed.
I'm just saying what I seen, okay?
I know exactly. You know what, though? I think you lost a little bit of your Notre Dame's eye when the Cardinals
were winning again.
The Seahawks. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, he's filled with joy and laughter. Yeah. He doesn't have time to be diabolical and think like a mad scientist.
Dude, when they lost to the Packers, though, dude, I was calling everything.
I know. That's what I was
like,
saying.
Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's sort of the bad news of the Cardinals winning. But anyways.
I still have it.
No, I know, but not to the degree you
had
anymore.
No, because I was pissed.
Yeah,
I was like,
you flushed it out. All right, number 24. I give this team credit for hanging in there. They did win, actually. No, they didn't. They lost. They lost to the Ravens.
Yeah.
So Justin Fields
feels bad about himself. Get it? Feels bad about himself?
He does feel bad about himself. He's like, why do I have to have a coach that gets me injured, you know?
No one's Andy Dalton, the Red Rifle.
Yeah, the Red Rifle's in there. So, yeah, they play the Lions this week. Andy Dalton will probably start against Tim Boyle is his name.
I got the Lions.
So hopefully the Boils aren't festering. And
the Lions.
You got the Lions? All right,
They have to win.
Yeah,
This is their only chance, man.
I like the Lions, too.
Against the weekend Bears.
Yeah, I'll put them on a little...
Sorry, Bears fans.
All right.
Sorry, my Bear fans.
The last team in the dungeon. But they're like... You're in prison for a long time, right? Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden you get your get out of jail free card. It's coming like in a week.
Yeah.
So eventually you'll be out of there.
Yeah.
That's the Dolphins. Their defense has been playing lights out the last 4 games. Exactly. It started with the Bills game where they gave them some trouble.
Yeah.
And then from there, I think they knocked off the Texans and they knocked off
the Ravens.
The Ravens, which was a big one, and then
you were mad about.
Yeah, I was. And then they knocked out a Jets team with a Joe Flacco stability with a veteran quarterback.
They almost tried.
So, and then Tua's doing the right things. You know, he's not. Well, I think it's a lot easier. You know, when first of all, you're dealing with 2 mommies, right? 2 co-coordinators, and your defense had. I guess what happened was like Xavier Howard, who's like the star shutdown corner.
Yeah.
He like sat out of preseason, and then they didn't want to pay him, but then they did. So there was this dysfunction going on with the defense.
Yeah.
But Brian Flores is a defensive coordinator, even though he's the head coach, much like Belichick is of his team, right? Like his main focus is the defense. He lets his offensive coordinator, who's the offensive coordinator for the Patriots? Josh McDaniels. I knew it was a Josh. So
did you know Bill Belichick's also the GM of the Patriots?
Yeah, I know. Which that's
sounds
a tough
like
one.
Shanahan. Isn't Shanahan?
Well, this is how Shanahan plays it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm the head coach. I make the final decision. The guy I decided to bring in was Lynch because Lynch asked if I could be on his team.
And Lynch is a yes man.
And Lynch is a yes man to me. He's never going to defy me. I mean, he pushes the envelope sometimes where, like, Lynch wants to say something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's covered by the GM without having the responsibilities of the GM. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but Bill Belichick is the real GM.
He is, I mean, only someone like Bill Belichick could handle being a GM and a head coach. And
because he wants to draft for his team specifically what he wants.
Right. No, I mean, it actually makes sense because, like, Bill Parcells, who is actually, Belichick was a disciple of him, right?
Yes, yeah. Bill Parcells.
So Bill Parcells always used to say, if you want me to be the chef, let me pick the ingredients.
Yeah.
And it's sort of the same thing with Belichick. Well, if you want me to... he learned from him, definitely. They learned from each other. I mean, they both became better because of each other.
Yeah, he runs a 3-4, I believe.
Who's that?
Belichick. He's installed his own 3-4 defense.
Yeah.
Something system for what it was called. It's a really long. I was like, I didn't know there was different kinds of 3-4s with long names after.
Yeah, there's more complexities in the 3-4, especially if you need to. The 4-3 is pretty basic because then it usually goes into a cover 2 or cover 3 or whatever. You know.
Well, it's Belichick. He wants to have a flexible defense.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see where we're at. So the Dolphins are playing the Panthers.
You got this, Fins. You're just swimming around in the cesspit sewer water from the Washington football team field. You're enjoying it. You got a blowhole on top of your head, you can breathe, and the others are drowning.
It's funny that you say Washington because guess who just came out of the cellar?
Washington,
yeah. You know what? You win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
And you beat the Bucks.
Yep.
I don't care why you beat the Bucks. Oh, I didn't have all my toys that day.
It's because Heineke is the bane of.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember you saying early on that Heineke was good at beating bums and beating middling teams.
Yes.
Maybe he's a streaky guy from what I understand from readings. Yeah. So maybe he's got his streak going back on. He did beat. That's a tough game to. I got to win from my coach. So that, because I know my coach doesn't want to lose to Cam Newton. That was on the line right there. Yeah. And Heineke was the one who was able to carry it out. Yeah. Being able to have those longer drives. And, he's an athletic quarterback in the same mode that...
That's what I'm saying. He good against
people. For sure. Mm-hmm. So they definitely deserve to be in purgatory. I don't know who they play next, but...
feel bad for them.
Yeah, they're on the uptick.
Yep.
I would love to know who they're playing, but...
Yeah.
Well, anyways. All right. Number 21. This team just sort of has an inconsistency to it. You know, they won 3 games.
Okay.
They lost 4 games. Then they upset the Cowboys. Right? And then they lose to the Eagles. And then I think they had the bye week off. Yeah. So it's the Broncos.
Yay! you're gonna enjoy this one, buddy.
What?
Washington's at home on Monday Night Football
against the Seahawks. I remember now. Yes. Dude,
how do you feel?
Yeah, to start off the week, especially if I win for once, I'll take the Washington and back them with the points, Yeah, for sure.
Because Heineke's on a streak against a bad team.
Yeah, bad or middling. Yeah, no, I like that.
Oh, here we go, Melvin.
Yeah, no, I like it. And the defense has been playing a little bit better. I think we were quick to dismiss Washington because they were missing both their edge rushers.
I mean, I only dismissed them a little. I still have belief in Heineke against crappy teams, like I said.
And middling teams.
That's it.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm like, they're going to lose against the good teams.
Yeah. But anyways, so Broncos... sort of an inconsistency. They play the Chargers, which, I know I'm not supposed to take the Chargers,
close.
all that stuff, but
no, it's going to be close.
It is going to be close because it is close in Denver. Like, for whatever reason, Denver owns the Bolts.
I know, it's annoying.
Matt Gucciani, why is it that the Bolts, I almost said the Colts, lose to the Broncos in Denver? What do you have to say about that, Mr. 100%?
I know why. It's just, like I said earlier, football teams like organisms. There's just certain teams that just they know they match up against you. You're like, oh crap.
And if you think about it, the Denver, they have home field advantage with thin air, but they also have the best secondary in football. I mean, they're still only allowing like 18 points or 20 points. So I think the Chargers will go into
Herbert really needs to play good.
This is a 16-13 2016 game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Herbert's gonna keep it close.
I should tell my friend to take the under in this one.
Yeah, and then watch we cut to it and there's like a huge blowout and I'm just like, should have taken the over, son of a bitch. That's what it'll be, right? The funny comedy.
Yeah.
Like crap.
But you know what? I want to say the Broncos have had the week off, the bye week. So a bye week plus home field advantage. Plus defense, especially.
But Herbert had the epic comeback.
He did. We'll talk about him later.
Yep.
Because
my boy Herbert.
Right. Number 20. They barely beat a team that's bad. That was playing with their backup quarterback, who I've never heard of. Usually, I'm able to name most people what college they went to. I have no idea what college Tim Boyle went to.
Yeah.
They were up 13-0. They came close to losing at 13-10, and then afterwards, supposedly, this is from an ESPN source, that Baker Mayfield said that all the fans at Brown Stadium suck. Okay?
The Browns.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They're just... Okay, I know, and you know what? I even bought into the stock. Were you buying into it as far as Nick Chubb?
No.
No? Because Baker Mayfield was going to be... unglue it, or he wasn't the centerpiece that you needed him to be.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. But you didn't expect him to be number 20th. I mean, they're ready to fall back into the cellar. They got the worst record in the AFC North.
Well, I do expect them to be down there then if they're the worst record in the AFC North.
Okay.
That's what they get.
All right. So, I mean, and I see some of these and they got them like ranked higher. Like last week they had the Browns ranked number 10. I'm like, are you serious?
They're bad.
Oh, my goodness. They're like, yeah, but we can't say that they were going to go to the Super Bowl and then put them outside the top 10, right?
Yes.
Durr.
Yeah, because you're wrong. Admit you're wrong. So it's the sports truth, not ESPN.
I went to the prestigious Columbia, okay, and other Harvard and Ivy League schools, okay? I think I know my journalism, peasant boy.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
Okay. Number 19. Oh, my God. I can't believe...
We're in the teams.
Let's see. Hold on one second. I'm just going back here. We knew what was going to happen to the Lions, so we look like a genius. The same with the Jags. The same with the Jets. The Seahawks, I was sort of middling because I was like, well, who's going to play? If Kyler Murray, for sure. If Colt McCoy, I don't know.
I had faith in Cliff, and I'm a homer. So Cardinals.
Okay. We'll give you genius on that. And me, like, Cliff. Just neither. I mean,
you didn't really know.
None available. Yeah. Falcons, yep, they can't score. So we look like a genius on that.
And then we sucked on 4 of the games.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, on the 4 games that are picked up higher, the winners.
I mean,
we nailed the losers, but we
Yeah.
suck on predicting winners. What does that make us? Does that make us in purgatory?
Yes.
Are we fucking in purgatory?
Yeah,
we're not VIP. We're not cellar door. Oh,
we're 15 and 16. How does it make you feel?
I'm average, like my wife said. Oh, the devastation. I don't know if we can continue this podcast.
Yeah, we can. You're 16 now to the playoffs.
Hold on, let me regroup here. Hold on, I'm losing it. All right, hold on. Where are we at? I've lost
19.
19, yes. Yeah. Okay.
Who was it?
All right. They've lost 3 in a row. No quarterback. No running back. Both their offensive tackles were out. Their strength became their weakness. No, don't worry. They got a strong offensive line, and they can stop the run, and they got a good running back. Oh, the running back's not playing? Both tackles gone. Oh, Trevor Simeon's the quarterback, and they're playing the Red Hot Eagles. So moronic on this. And what it was I was in hurry for work, and I'm like, I'm going to take... Who was the Monday night last week?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Or was it the Thursday night game? I don't remember, but it was the Patriots. It was Thursday night game, right? Yeah. And I'm like, I'm taking the Patriots because they're going to kick the Falcons' ass.
Yes.
And then I was like, I'm going to take the Packers plus 4.5 because they're either going to win or lose by 3 to the Vikings, right? Yes. So I was making perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, the Cowboys, they've got a good shot of winning, or they're not going to get blown out, so I'll give them points. They ended up losing by more than 1 point. And then the one that I thought was like, the Saints, they can't lose 3 in a row because they got Sean Payton. Especially, like, on the other side is the Eagles. We call it the Jalen Hurts factor.
Yes,
I've been promoting Jalen Hurts since preseason. Watch out for this guy. This guy's magic.
And what do you do?
It was just, and as soon as I did it, I was like, oh, shoot, I made the wrong bet. I wasn't supposed to take that.
Yeah.
What I should have done is done what I've done multiple times. A Patriots-Packers, if you had done it from like week 4 on, as underdogs, as favorites, you would have won every week with those 2 horses, right? Mm-hmm. So,
you tainted me with betting, Milton.
I know, dude. I know. I
apologize.
I know,
to me,
exactly. Anyways, so yeah, I think they're gonna lose again because I don't think Alvin Kamara's. He must have a serious knee injury if he hasn't come back for weeks.
No, he hasn't.
If the tackles are out and it's Trevor Simeon. The Bills, they got their issues, but I'm probably gonna take the Bills with the points if a gun was forced to my head. What do you make of that game? Because it's sort of a mess. You have any clarity on it?
So hear me out. Sean Payton doesn't lose 4 or 5 in a row.
That's true, right? And they hadn't lost 3 in a row since 2015. Mm-hmm. They're playing at home. So
I feel like he's gonna pull out all the stops and win somehow.
So the famine was last week, and they're gonna feast this week.
I feel like they have to beat the Bills. It's over, or it's over. You know.
Yeah.
They want to salvage their season against the Bucs and catch up. They have to win. So.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
I got the Saints because out of desperation, they're gonna try everything. You know how Sean Payton is. He has all these crazy different plays and schemes. He'll pull it all out.
No, yeah, I know. You're right. That's the more logical. I mean, do you get an over-under on this? I mean, do they both go off the wall and the Bills score and the Saints score, or not necessarily? Under?
The Bills have not shown me much. They've been kind of sputtering out.
So what you're saying is stay away from this game?
Yeah, don't bet on this game, please.
All right, so skip the Cowboys-Raiders game.
Yes.
Skip the Saints Bills game, right? Just watch it for pure entertainment value.
Yes, do not.
And if you're going to take one, take the Lions early in the morning so that early on you can
if you lose or feel whatever, you feel better.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. Okay, makes perfect sense. Yeah. All right, number 18, and I'm not sure if I have them too low on this list because they did look good against this other team. I mean, both teams had lost 2 straight. Both teams needed the win.
Exactly, desperation.
Yeah. Do you know who that team is?
No, I'm just listening. Go ahead.
You're just listening?
Yeah.
You're a good listener? Is that what they say? All right. Mm-hmm. And this team's headed in the right direction, even after 2 losses, and this team's got a black cloud under them. So, first they're dealing with the Gruden thing. Then they're dealing with vehicular manslaughter. Then they're dealing with domestic violence. Yeah, the Raiders. So I have the Raiders in the cellar, right? So it would be the team that they played, which is the Bengals,
right? The Bungles.
Yeah, and you know what's so funny is they did exactly what one guy said on one of the shows I watch. I think it's called Game Debut.
Yeah.
Where he said, I think the Bengals need to start running the game because you got to remember that Joe Burrow doesn't have the best offensive line. He's got like an average to maybe slightly below. So to run the game and do short screens is exactly what they need to do because he's got Jamar Chase. You got a great quarterback. Joe Mixon is an underrated running back, wouldn't you say? Because when we talk about the top 10 running backs, we never say Joe Mixon.
No.
But he can run. He can catch. And then you got like T. Higgins or Tyler Boyd. One of those guys is out. But, and you got the tight end.
But it's the Bengals, though.
It is the Bengals. Yeah. They play the Steelers this week at home. What do you got?
Oh, boy. Tomlin still salty about that loss to the Chargers. So I feel like he's going to...
Oh, he's gonna. Yeah, no. I mean, I would take the Steelers because the Bengals are like 4.5 point favorites, and I know the game's at the Bengals, but I think they're not playing the same Steelers team. The Steelers that they played were 1-3. Big Ben couldn't get out of his way. There was no T.J. Watt, so for them to score 37 points against the Chargers, lets me know that the Chargers have secondary issues, and that.
Tomlin's trying to ratchet up the offense.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that game's a lot closer.
Yeah.
But sort of hard to tell who's going to win. But if I was to take the points, I'd probably go with the Steelers.
Steelers and points. Steelers and 5 points.
Yeah.
If you can do that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can even go like 11.5 or whatever, double digit.
I don't think they're going to get double digit.
No. I think they've been playing close. I mean, they got a tie and then they barely beat. A loss. Okay. So anyways, hi dear.
Hello.
Okay. My wife's bringing me a beer.
Oh, how nice.
She bought me a 12-pack.
Oh.
Because it was on special. She gets a coupon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I should have asked her to bring you some, but you got your kombucha, right?
Yeah. Nah, I'm good. I don't want to drink right now.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But if you're going to drink beer, and it's taken me years to realize this, even though I've been drinking beer since I was 16.
Yeah.
Well, technically, my dad said I was
16. All right. So, police would like to report a crime.
No, report my.
It's about 40 years old, but I want to report a crime.
Throw in my parents for crime because 1974.
So let's see, statute of limitations. Oh, okay. It's expired. Okay, you're good.
It's 1974, right? And my dad has some of his drinking buddies over, right?
Okay. Listening.
With my mom there.
16.
And so it's a bunch of Budweiser cans, the old school white, Budweiser cans. So supposedly, I don't remember this memory because I don't recognize memory till probably about 3. There's a couple things here and there, but 2's too young for me. Okay. So what my dad said I did was that, and this is sort of gross, but I'm a kid, right? Kids are allowed to be gross. Yeah. So what everybody left in the last little bit, I drank all the little Budweisers that were going on out of the cans, and that I was drunk or buzzed at age 2, and that all my dad's friends thought it was hilarious.
Now I know why you are the way you are. You lost a lot of brain cells when that happened.
That's Jesus. Okay. I had plenty to spare.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
You don't get a big forehead like this and a big brain, okay? Without. Yeah, okay?
Shut up, Leo.
No, exactly. Anyway, it's the first time I remember having a beer. Was another Budweiser, okay?
What's up with you and Budweiser?
Because that's the drink of the 70s, okay? I was more a Miller Lite type guy, but anyways. So I remember this. It was 1982.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was 10 years old.
Oh, wow.
9 or 10.
Okay.
No, 10. Yeah. And so the same you were when the last time Brady lost 3 in a row. Okay. So we are in San Francisco and they are playing the Detroit Lions, who used to win into the playoffs.
Okay.
And Montana.
You watched Montana?
Dude, I've been watching.
No, you went to the actual game and watched Montana.
No, I was in San Francisco. Sorry.
You made my expectations go up. At 10 years old?
You think my dad would waste
ticket on you?
Ticket on us to go when we could watch it at home, and know. So
go to the
I watched
game.
it at my godparents' house,
okay,
right?
You watched Joe Montana on TV. All right, continue.
On TV, yeah, on Army Street.
Right.
And then afterwards, because the Niners had beat out the Lions, which they would go on to play the Redskins, but they lost to them barely. And then the Redskins went to the Super Bowl and won. Okay.
Of course they did.
So we get down there, and my dad, my uncle, who was it? I had Uncle Gary, but at that game it was Uncle Glenn. Yeah. So my godparents, right?
Yeah.
Their kids were my uncles. Got it?
Okay,
got it. But more like, since they were my good friends with my dad growing up, that since they were always there, they were like his brothers, they were my uncles. Does that make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
So we went down, and me and my Uncle Glenn and my dad was there. We celebrated, and he gave me a cold Budweiser, and I drank the whole thing. Thought it was completely disgusting, but I couldn't let on that it was gross, you know?
Yeah,
because as my dad would say, "What are you, a pussy?"
Right.
Yeah, that's sort of like how my dad.
That sounds baby like boomer,
old time baby boomer.
We don't do that anymore.
I know, Dad. I'm not a pussy. Okay,
drink
son.
It all.
Yeah, drink it all, and then I drank it. So that was my first beer experience. And then later on, when I was about 15 or 16, then I started drinking in TJ and Calle Revolucion for all you people out there from the 80s and 90s who went to TJ to go drink between the ages of 18 and 21. Anyways, sorry to get off on a tangent. I
despise all of you lawbreakers. Man, I have to turn you in.
Sorry, I mean.
Yeah, hello, operator.
And it's funny because my dad's not too much of a drinker, and my grandfather was an alcoholic, among other things. So,
well, I guess you're an alcoholic too.
Yeah, I pretty much am. I said that to a girl. She's a Giants fan, right?
Of course.
And she's like, she's
got
that. No, she's like she's got that Giants attitude. Like, what the fuck are you asking me a question for? Yeah. You know, like, what are you, stupid? You know, like that type of New York accent.
Yes.
You know. So I'm like, because I had my margarita, right? And then I'm like, I'm an alcoholic. And she's like, yeah, right. You don't look like one. But I don't know what constitutes being an alcoholic. I drink every day.
If you drink a whole pack a day, you're
I don't. I drink a beer or a margarita, but I drink every day. I have to have it.
Yeah, if you drink a 6-pack every day,
I don't drink a 6-pack. So maybe I haven't quite reached that
level.
You're
not alcoholic, but you'd like your drink.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, yeah.
Let's continue.
My
God, we got sidetracked.
We did.
It's been an hour.
My alcoholism started at age 2 when I drank everybody else's babas.
CPS. I got a kid for you.
Exactly. All right, where were we?
18.
At 19. It was the Saints, right? Okay,
yeah,
18. No, actually, Bengals.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now next one.
Okay. Yeah, so what I think with the Bengals is it's nice that they got a big win. And it's the progression, you know? You can't be like, they suck. You can't look at it in black and white, or they're awesome. They're not. They're this growing team who are going through their growing pains with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, you know? Like, watch out Browns, watch out Steelers, you know? Watch out Ravens, you know? If the organization could just get out of the way of Joe Burrow, and if they could they need to build a line next. You have all your weapons. You got Jamar Chase. He's a Jerry Rice. You got your secondary receivers. You got Joe Mixon. The defense has an underrated defense, right? Playing really well. I think they held the Raiders to 13 points. Build a line. Get that sick-ass left tackle. Get that sick-ass center. You know, make it legit so that Joe Burrow's not running for his life. Agree?
Agree.
100%.
Okay.
I would have them, if I was doing 2022 NFL, like a team on the rise.
Yeah.
Right. Is this Joe Burrow? Is this Joe Burrow's second year?
Yeah.
When's he supposed to blow up?
Third
year. I see that. I see him and technically Jalen Hurts blowing up next year. Yeah. I mean, sorry, Cowboys, get the fuck out of my way. Here come the Eagles. That sounds like a sick eagle.
That's the Ravens.
Oh, Ravens. I was going Eagles.
I did the Ravens sound by
that's right. You don't do Eagles.
No, I can't.
He just has that serious look. The Eagle.
Yeah, he's like,
I represent your country, you know, and I will fuck you up with my claws. Don't look at me that way, you know. Yeah, they're sick ass predators. All right, bring me back. Where am I?
Calm down.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Calm down. 17.
Yes. So, anything you have to say about the Bengals?
Don't bungle it.
Well said. I'm gonna leave it alone because I'll fuck it up.
Yep.
All right, number 17. I thought after they thrashed your Cardinals that I was truth or not truth. Speak the truth on the sports truth.
They didn't
just
thrash
because
the Cardinals, they just own them.
Oh, they own them in a series,
stupid,
right?
Yeah.
This is one
Every
of those
time
quirks.
we lose to them by 10 plus
exactly.
points. I don't get it.
Had the Cardinals played
any other team
matchup that wasn't extremely super great,
yeah, we would have won.
You would have won for sure.
Fair. Yeah.
And they proved it. That they even proved it more the following week when they beat the Seahawks.
Yes.
That game was just an anomaly.
It's not an anomaly. It's just
the
Panthers own the Cardinals.
Right.
There's nothing I can do.
It's an outlier.
We've lost.
Can I call it an outlier instead of an anomaly? Because you have all these things.
It's
in
more
outlier...
of a trend though, because
all right,
because we haven't beat the Panthers once, right?
Right.
We're like 0-7 or something.
So let's hope that the Panthers.
Come on, do not go in the playoffs, please.
No. All of a sudden, the Panthers are like
in
the 49ers
playoffs.
fall and then the Panthers are like, we'll take your spot. Oh, who do we play? Oh, the Cardinals.
No,
nightmare scenario.
No.
Oh my god, I shouldn't
them.
even put that thought into the universe.
Stop.
Hold on.
No,
pull out my gun and shoot that.
Yeah. I'm telling Matt on you, dude. You've just jinxed my Cardinals.
Sorry,
I guarantee you're going to face them.
Don't worry, dude. I will send my 49ers team after we play our first game, after we beat, like, whoever's in there.
Just beat the Panthers.
So, wait a minute. The 7 would play the who?
The second.
What was the second? So, who's the second best team?
Packers.
How about if we did this?
What?
Like, we beat the Packers for you guys, and then we lose to you. That'd be a nice alliance, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah. And I know, like, true fans are like, I can't believe you would say that about your team. You just got to realize your limitations. Yeah. Would I love for them to upset? Let me just say this. If the Niners somehow went to the Cards and upset them, wouldn't you say that the train was going to the Super Bowl like 2019 because they got their pieces back, they're running the game?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
I'd still be upset.
My
poor Murray.
Yeah, no, I understand
Kyler,
that. Yeah.
The boy.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Didn't you say at the beginning of the season, like, this is day one?
Yeah.
Okay, this is what I'm going to promise you for your Cardinals.
Uh-huh.
You are going to have a winning record. You're going to the playoffs. And I might even give you one playoff series win. Would you sign yourself up for that?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Oh, right. I mean, no one
And
knew.
now I want Super Bowl.
Yeah, you want Super Bowl.
Come on,
right?
9-2.
Super Bowl.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Anyways,
you got to get the Super Bowl.
All right. And then how hard is it to beat a team 3 times, right? Like, we've seen it before where, like, the Saints beat the Bucks twice. Uh-huh. Like, dude, that's Tom Brady and the Bucks you're talking about. And then the third time Bucks win, you know? Like, not saying... I'm really stretching the truth here with the 49ers. The sports truth. But anyways, it's a possibility, but not a probability.
Yes.
All right. Anyways. All right, number 16. This team should probably be higher because if I was buying... What? I'm
kidding.
Okay. This team has won back-to-back games.
Oh, yeah?
Okay? Against
listening.
good teams. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No, continue.
Okay,
I don't know who it is.
All right. How about that after the first game, I expected them to come back and lose the second game because that's their MO. Oh, yeah, they shocked everybody by winning this game, but then playing at home. And they almost lost. They got 2 interceptions taken away from them. One, it looked like he had the interception, but then he rolled up on the ball, and then the other one was some other bullshit call.
I'm gonna say the Vikings.
Yes, there you go. You figured. Exactly. We are the Vikings. We are here to rape and pillage and kill and make your kids our servants.
Yeah.
Wash my feet. They are dirty.
I feel bad for the Packers. Yeah, Rodgers kind of owned the Vikings, but I think the Vikings finally are like, you know what?
You know what? The last 2 games, Rodgers has lost in division because I want to say he's 16-1 or some crazy, like, the last 2 years they've been 13-3 and 13-3, and now what, they're 8-3? The hell is that? Huh. Anyways.
What was what?
Is that the sign? Is that the sound you hear just before the building collapses?
I think that was your wife dumping some trash in your trash can out there.
All right.
You want to go check?
No, that's okay.
You sure?
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, maybe you might find a little Nick Bosa out there.
Okay. All right. What am I wearing today?
Kittle.
Yeah, he's made the difference lately. Anyways, we'll get to that later.
Uh-huh.
All right. So, yeah, you guessed it. They beat the Bolts in SoFi. Not easy. Only the Cowboys had done it, and the Patriots. Those are good teams that are further up on the list.
Yeah.
And then they beat the Packers team, dude. I mean, Rodgers. Okay, this is what I did. Okay.
Yeah.
I saw Rodgers.
Right.
I saw his confidence. I'm like, he's got this. He's got this. He threw for 390 yards and 4 touchdowns, and he really didn't make a mistake in the game. It was just, it's time to start giving Kirk Cousins a little bit of love. Like when your coach is like grabbing you back and wanting to like punch you in the face, going into the games, he had 18 touchdowns and two picks, right? They've had 7 straight games of 7-point games, meaning they won by a field goal, they lost by a field goal, they won by a touchdown, they lost. I mean, your cards, right?
Yeah.
And 36 yards. Who doesn't make a 36-yarder,
The Vikings and the Colts?
Yeah. Yeah. So he missed on that. The Bengals got one up on him.
So, guys, does anyone remember 2007 when the Colts visited the Chargers? And it was Peyton Manning, and it was a 26-yarder, and Adam Vinatieri missed it in the rain. Does anyone remember that game?
Oh, I do remember. I was at that game. I was dressed up as Boltman.
It was 1 point. It was the Chargers won by 1 point.
I know.
And they picked off Peyton Manning six times.
And he almost still won.
Yeah.
That's only a Chargers thing. Can you imagine? We picked him off 6 times. That's an NFL record.
How much did you win by?
Yeah.
1 point.
1 point. Yeah.
Because we missed a 26-yarder.
I remember I bailed out of that game a little because I didn't know what was going to happen. I was dressed up as Boltman, and I didn't want to deal with the repercussions of Colt fans talking shit or Chargers fans being sad and denouncing me and being like, "You're not with us," Yeah. So I went out, and then I saw it on a TV in the not the parking lot, but the tailgating, and then boom, and then
it missed.
The cannon, he missed, and just all the elation going on, and then they came out, and then it was an after party, and it was one of the few times I got to enjoy the tailgating, the game, and the after party, because usually it went tailgate, it was like just like you were Caesar partying out there,
Mm-hmm.
And then after the game, the other fans would talk shit, and then Charger fans would like. I would be an easy target, because of how I was dressed and stuff like that. So one of the few times like where things went our way and we won, especially a playoff game, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I want to.
It wasn't a playoff game though.
It wasn't. It was a regular. There was another one where Darren Sproles ran for
it. That was a playoff game.
That was a playoff game. That was a game I was outside on, but I was at the 6 interception game too.
Yeah, that was 2008 when Darren Sproles ran. In overtime, right?
Okay, this is to see if Matt Gucciani listens to our podcast.
Okay.
If you want to continue wearing the Boltman outfit, I would recommend it for an important game or even the playoffs. Then you must come on the Sports Truth and tell us how it went and how it's going to go. Okay, I will take back my helmet, and without the helmet, there is no show. You know that.
Understood.
All right. Anyways. All right. Moving on. Anything to say about dude? My Niners, right? I'm going to just jump to the Niners.
They're 15?
They're not 15, but I'm just going to jump to them right now. Okay, because we're talking about the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's who the Niners play this week. I'm like, okay, the Niners upset the Rams, which you called.
I called it.
And I was on board with it because he owns them, whatever. It wasn't like, oh, that could never happen.
I convinced you, dude. Remember?
Yeah,
I told
for sure.
I listed everything.
Absolutely. And when my friend, I was like, dude, but last year you made the bet.
Yeah.
At plus 6.5, and the Niners killed you. You want to make that same bet? All right. It's not going to end well, But they didn't listen.
Yeah,
sometimes they do, you know. They grab onto my knowledge, but then when I'm trying to tell them to do something, then they sort of resist. Like, well, we win a ton more money than you, But yeah, you're using my knowledge to win the game.
Yeah. So he won. So the Niners won that one, and then next week.
They play the Jags, and it seems like they still have the same principle that they're run centric, even though they maybe pass a little more than they should have. But they won 30-10, right?
Yeah.
And if they come back and run it like they did in the Rams game, 65-70, I can live with the loss. But if you start saying like, oh, but did you see Kirk Cousins? He's throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson, who's freaking amazing, or even Adam Thielen, and Kirk Cousins is out of his mind, and Dalvin Cook. I'm like, okay, Niners, you got to stop the run. Your secondary, it's a lot. The only way you're going to do this is maintain time of possession. So, dude, they had a 13-minute drive against the Jags that ended in a field goal, which I put in the text. Did I text you that? Like, typical Shanahan. I'm like, 13.5-minute drive, field goal.
No.
Totally Shanahan.
But I laughed at it,
Yeah,
though.
but hey, you know what? You won on that one because you
took out a whole quarter, basically.
The whole quarter's
gone.
You didn't even give him a chance to get on.
They have nothing.
Dude, if you give the Vikings like 5 or 6 drives, and you're controlling the time of possession, you're kicking field goals, you're running the ball and scoring, and you keep it a tight game, you could win. But oh man, if we have to lose one of the games, because I think I said the Niners had to be 6-2 or 7-1.
Yes.
I could see us losing this game. That's
you
why
say that, but I'm the one who said that they're going to win all their games. Remember what I said?
Yeah,
I said
you
all
said
of them.
that. But
and I'm a Cards fan.
Okay, all right.
Watch them win all their games.
All right, but would you not say that if you had to make a bet, and this is what I'm recommending to my friends because I can't bet on my team because we can't go through double depression or triple depression. Exactly. Yes. That I said, here's a couple safe bets. Take the Vikings at plus 13. Plus 16.5. This is a Vikings team that's been through 7 straight games with 7 points or less. If the Niners win, they are not blowing out the Vikings. I don't care if Mostert came back. That's just how I feel about it.
So the Niners are gonna win 30-16.
You were fucking with my mind, dude, which is not cool.
I'm not joking.
Oh, jeez. You know what? They did
game.
dominate the Vikings and the Packers in the playoffs.
Yes,
and,
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
It's a similar team where he had Stephon Diggs and stuff. So, I don't know. To me, and I was talking to my cousin or texting my cousin John that my gut I'm just so scared after what I saw that they did to the Packers. Justin Jefferson. Dalvin Cook, but at the same time, the defense gave up 31 points to the Packers, so I'm thinking that they could be had. So
I'm saying over on this. So
Kyle Shanahan gets the best of Mike Zimmer. I can believe that. You know what? You say Vikings plus 13. I say take Vikings plus 20. Because I see a blowout happening and you're going to get pissed. Okay. I seriously see the Niners blowing out the Vikings. Yeah, the most you could do the Vikings at plus 13 is plus 16. So
I put it at plus 16. Okay. I'm serious. I have a feeling that the Niners are going to actually blow them out.
Wow.
I just have this feeling.
How huge would it be for Niner Nations to beat a Vikings team?
Yeah.
And then after this, I think it's like Falcons, Texans,
beat all of them.
Yeah.
I'm still saying you're going to win all these games.
All right.
I'm just telling you.
All right. Well, much like the Rams game where you had much more confidence in them winning.
And they blew them out by 30 to something, whatever. Come on.
And it's so funny because, I asked my daughter, right, she went 8-6 this week, but I think a lot of people went 8-6, right? Because
including us.
We sucked this week.
Yeah, we sucked. It's the truth.
But then I asked her to take her 4 picks, and it's down to a science. She picks 3 out of the 4. So we got to figure out which one is the culprit. Yeah. But I was looking, and I was like, I can't tell. You circled all of them. She's like, I put a little L by the lock, right? Because lock can mean lock or L can mean loss. Right. And then I see it right there, her little tiny L for lock, and it's in the 49ers. All right. And then for this past week against the Jags. Yeah. And then I asked my friend Dave. I said, Dave, your balls are on the chopping block. They're on the French guillotine. One team to win. And then you get a bunch of money and some nice French bitches and some nice brie. And you know who he said?
Who?
Who do you think?
The Niners.
The Niners. Yeah, he didn't take him in any big bets. He took him in a 4 or 5 teamer.
The Niners.
And I feel bad for him because I sort of pushed him in this direction. He was telling me all week the Colts plus 20, right? Plus 13. And my friend Tony, I'm like, Tony, give me your lock of the week. Because Tony's like crazy Tony, Yeah. And he's like, I haven't really, but go Colts plus 7, And I'm like, that's fucking solid, And so I stirred him in the direction of they're playing at Orchard Park. They got the #1 run defense. This is where I'm a moron, okay?
Yes.
Because most of the time I play genius, but this is where I'm total moron, okay? Yeah. Frank Reich, what's his connection to the Bills? He used to be the quarterback that had classic games with Jim Kelly. He was the Steve Young to Jim Kelly's Joe Montana.
Yeah, the Bills.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. And he barely lost in the playoffs last year. And they're beating everybody. They beat the bums. They lose really close games. And, it takes a
miracles to beat them.
Yeah. And then, oh, man. So, wait a minute. The Colts have a running game. Okay. It clicked on me here, but I'd already made my bets, and I had to live with wetting my bed, okay? I shit the bed, okay? It happens to all of us, sometimes when we're drinking, sometimes when we're picking bets.
Yep.
But the guy, his name's Hawk, right? So what you have the host, right? She's a stingy girl that's a Browns fan.
Of course.
I don't pay any attention to what she says because she's last.
Rude.
She's the one that you need a host and you need her to be funky to prompt the other people to make them look good, right? Mm-hmm. That's the host falls on the sword, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So then what you have next is this guy named Hawk, right? Okay. This black dude that used to play. and sort of he takes those, like, he'll say something and it'll piss you off.
Of course.
Because, like, that's not what I said, but then he'll totally be right. You know? So that's what he's like, the Bills are one-dimensional, and I got the Colts. And not only did he have the Colts, like, winning, but he had them, like, 36-25, to where you just totally, you know.
What?
And then Cynthia Freeland comes along, and she's picking the Bills, you know. And then Greg Rosenthal, he's sort of this witty, like, Jewish, like, smart brain, knows his football picks. He's more aligned with us. Like, he would fit perfect on the Sports Trip.
Of course.
You know, Greg Rosenthal.
Yeah.
So, So, I mean, I forget what my point was.
Well, the point is, it's an hour and 20 minutes, and
all right.
when you hear this back later, you're going to be very upset because you're slightly buzzed right now.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. That's all right.
You're going to hear it, and you're going to face palm with embarrassment. I guarantee you.
I had a Don Julio margarita, which my wife
and
bought
you had
for
a
me.
beer. Yeah,
and
come on, man.
All right,
I'm just letting you know, though. When you listen to this back later, I'm going to text you and say,
as long as I'm not slurring my words.
No, you're not. It's just funny what you're saying so far.
All right. Well,
but continue.
Do we want the show to be fun? We want to be boring like ESPN? All right.
No, they're not boring.
LeBron
they're just
got
moronic.
1 game suspension.
Yeah.
The next hour we will talk about
LeBron.
how that is so wrong.
Yeah.
How could Jesus commit sin? How could LeBron commit a 1 game suspension even though he clearly curled up his fist and punched the dude in the face? The guy then reacted by going up to LeBron, first talking to him and saying, okay, bro, it's cool. But then when the blood leaked from his up on his eye into his mouth, then he got pissed. Dude, this guy was a giant, okay? He's like 6'9", 260, okay? Just a muscle dude, okay?
Yeah.
A young guy, too. So when you're 20... right, just out of the teens, you're still pissed off at the world and testosterone filled.
Yes.
So what he did was, and this is why they gave him 2 suspensions, I guess technically, is because he was like, nah, it's cool, dude. It's cool. I'm going back to the locker room. So then he would step back, and so everyone would back off. And then he ran around the other guys to where, like, some other coaches and players had to get him. He did this about like 2 or 3 times, dude. Then he ran into the locker room only to run back out of the locker room because you know the locker room's like picture an arena, right? And if you go down this one, you can come out this one to come out. To run out of another one where they had to get him.
Because he was trying to get LeBron?
Yes! Imagine, dude,
LeBron.
I played basketball, okay? I played basketball and I played football.
Okay.
I only played 1 game of baseball in my life, and I sat the bench, and I only played 1 game of soccer where I let the other team score 6 points, okay? 6 goals. All right, so those were my sports. I had bad eye-hand coordination.
Okay,
hand-eye coordination. Yes. It's terrible. Okay. My daughter Lizzie has it too. Okay, luckily my daughter Haley, she's a softball player, so
she does.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, exactly.
So you played basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And with baseball, I got cracked in the face. That's why I have my scar right here.
Oh yeah,
okay,
that's from baseball.
Playing catcher, not having my helmet down. Okay,
that's your own fault.
That's my own fault.
Yeah,
exactly. And I broke my big toe. The only thing I've ever broken playing soccer by kicking it straight on with my basketball shoes. Okay.
Man, you're
not good. Okay, but in basketball and football, I have my moments. Okay, so with basketball, look, I didn't care about scoring points because I wasn't that guy. Okay, I was the guy that set screens. I played one-on-one defense on people. Like I would always take the better player because I knew that if I played someone weaker, I would look better. So I would take the tallest guy. I would take the best guy. I would get burned. So then boxing out was my thing. Like, you could ask Matt Gucciani because he boxed out too. It would have been interesting to see us in our primes boxing out. Yeah. So the box out is essentially someone takes up the shot, you got to box out your player, and you got to grab for the rebound. A rebound for me was like scoring points. Okay? So I know all the stuff that goes underneath the boards when you're trying to get position and someone's trying to come over you. I've had many fights or going to be into fights, because it gets so heated. So I can understand why that guy
was trying to get after LeBron.
Yeah, why? I mean, if someone took it and punched me like by the eye socket or by the eye, and I started bleeding, and then the blood went into my mouth, and you're tasting it, and then all of a sudden, all you see is like a Halloweenish mask where I'm loaded with blood because this asshole LeBron, who's the best player in the world and can't be touched and is worshipped, hit you. So I totally get the rage. Yeah. Anyways. getting back to the power rankings.
Yeah, I'm so glad. You talked for 20 minutes about that, right? This is going to be a 3-hour long podcast.
Okay. All right. I'll finish it up. All right. Number 15. Okay. This one, let's get back. Here, we'll run it. We'll have fun. All right. Ready? This one is the one that's looking in.
Okay.
They're looking in to the 14. What's 14 mean?
Hot seat.
Yes.
In playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoffs hot seat.
Playoff cliff. You want to take any guess who's on this playoff cliff?
No.
They're not on the playoff cliff. No, the 14's the playoff cliff.
Yes. Who's 15?
The 14.
They're trying to get in.
Dude, they are.
Who is it?
They're coming, dude. They're gonna bust in the door, dude.
Who is it?
It's the Eagles with Jalen Hurts. Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good Eagles scream. Yes, you must have channeled your inner Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, yeah.
They've won 3 of 4. Dude, Jalen
Hurts is legit.
Dude,
right?
He's had legit. Kyler Murray running football moves. Did you see that one where he's the quarterback?
Yeah.
And the defender's right there, and then he does a crack where he I'm gonna step this way, but then cut back.
Yeah, that's Kyler Murray.
Yeah, that was total Kyler Murray. That was not a quarterback move, okay?
No.
It was there's only 3 people that can do it. Lamar Jackson, Kyler Murray, and now apparently Jalen Hurts in his rookie / technically second year.
Yeah.
Who's gonna blow up in his third year.
For sure. How do you feel?
I
feel disgusted because that poor defender looks silly.
Yeah.
That guy looks silly, dude. His whole family's embarrassed.
I just got to give credit to Nick Sirianni, who I trashed, much like Dan Campbell. And sometimes they're easy targets. And with Nick Sirianni, I was like, dude, this guy couldn't even get past a press conference. He sounded like an idiot. And now he's gearing the game towards, how with John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, where they created the offense around Lamar.
They're doing it for Jalen Hurts.
They're exactly the same thing they did for Kyler Murray, right?
Same for Kyler.
Let's create the offense, the air raid, and we'll make him a weapon.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing with
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. And I think both of us, for the main part, I know I've been big on Jalen Hurts from the preseason and just this guy's
he'd be a weapon.
Yeah, a weapon.
A threat.
Exactly. And now not only is he a weapon, but he's a leader. Do you see how cool, calm, collective he is at press conferences?
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Who else was an Eagle that was a scrambler? Come on.
Come on. Randall Cunningham?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's literally Randall Cunningham.
He is. Because Randall Cunningham, for his day, was a leader.
Yes.
And his runs were insane because he was a little taller. So he was a 6'5" guy with an arm.
Yeah.
That when he ran, he was like a gazelle. He could just jump over things.
Yes.
And he was
insane.
So
Jalen Hurts is taking up the mantle.
Yes, absolutely. That is a great comparison.
Yes. It's funny that's on the Eagles too.
Bonus points.
Yes.
That he happens to be on the Eagles. No, I totally agree with you. Watching Joe Montana and in that era, I think Randall Cunningham could have won one, but then he had stuff like the Fog Bowl where they were the best team, and then all of a sudden the fog rolled in, and then the better defensive team, the Bears beat them.
Yep.
They're just one of those teams, they had their window and they didn't get it. Their defense with what's his name? Not Mike Singletary, but the guy, oh God, I see his face. He played for the Green Bay Packers, and then he was originally on the Eagles.
Oh boy. Defensive line,
yeah, with a deep voice. He died a couple years ago.
Deacon Jones?
Not Deacon Jones.
Reggie White.
Yes.
Hey,
yeah, there you go. I'm like, whoa, you're a couple decades off.
He was on my defensive.
Okay, all right, that's what
he was on my all-time defense.
He was. That's what it was.
I had Reggie White. Yeah. He's a freaking monster.
I'm I wasn't even born when he was playing. I'm the other guy.
Yeah. Reggie White. Dude.
Reggie White. They had Reggie White. They had Mike Quick. They had who was the guy? He was this big dude that played in Miami, was going to be a Hall of Famer, and then died tragically in a car accident.
It happens.
Yeah, they had 4 the fearsome foursome.
Yeah.
On that Eagles team, everybody on that line was a Hall of Famer.
Oh,
and
Jesus.
So either one died or one went, some.
It's the usual.
Yeah, Reggie White goes somewhere else. Yeah. But those Eagles teams in the 80s, early 90s were really good. So that's why I'm happy for Eagles fans, even though they're a bunch of assholes, that the whole Nick Foles and they won, Yeah. Anyways, number 14. We're going to start.
We're in the playoffs.
Playoff cliff.
We finally made it. Is this our playoff projection?
This is our playoff projection. Yes.
That's what they do later.
Yes,
in the,
absolutely. Playoff projection.
If it cut off today, the season ended right
these
now.
These 14 teams are in
the playoffs. Yep. Okay, 14.
Okay.
This is where it gets exciting.
Yes.
I'm excited.
They are on the cliff.
They're the hot seat.
Should they lose the next game, which I think they can, but you don't think they can.
Okay.
Okay, so that's meaning like maybe they could stay at that spot or move up a little bit.
Okay.
My 49ers.
You have your 49ers on the hot seat after they beat up on the Jags and they blew out the Rams?
I put them in
Get out of here.
Look, I'm going to give you the playoff spot.
Get out of here.
But I'm going to put you on the hot seat. Prove to me that you could beat the Vikings like you did in the 2019 NFC playoffs. Okay?
Sticking to my guns, I think the Niners might actually have a chance of blowing out the Vikings.
Okay, that's great.
If you run on them that much,
yes.
you're going to run
I think that if you go run-centric and run 65 to 70% of the play, I think you could possibly, like Chris has crazily said.
Crazily, shut up. I was right the last.
They could go on and win the rest of their games, or what I think would be better for them is in there towards the end to like lose to a good team but still get into the playoffs, so that they could do their true run in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So so that do you think that's a homerish 14, or like if I said
I'm the one who said they're going to win all of them.
No, okay, so if I gave you the power rankings, like where would you put the 49ers between 1 and 32?
12.
Okay. So, all right. That's cool. And I'm glad.
I'd have them wild card still, but they'd be the high wild card.
All right. So
have you seen what they're doing? They've done more points than.
I think this is what's going on with the Niners. If I could have some time to speak about them.
Yeah, go ahead. It's your team. Go ahead.
Okay. Because I had written them off, right?
Of course you did. I haven't.
You sort of.
I made fun of them because the Cardinals blew them out.
But you were sort of writing them off too. I mean, they were playing really bad, but you know what? Okay, let's look at the resume.
Yes.
Okay, and then we'll look at the nucleus. Okay.
Yes.
Which one should I start with? The nucleus or the resume?
Nucleus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always start with the nucleus. Okay. So Shanahan has reshifted his way of thinking to, I'm going to go back to what worked for me when I...
Super Bowl run.
Yeah, someone must have...
They listened to our show!
They did listen to...
You said run the ball!
Okay, this is what it is. Shanahan himself is not smart enough, or
what?
His ego's too big for him to sit down and listen to the show.
Yeah.
So what he does is he has his minions.
Yeah.
And he's like, go out there and listen to every possible angle so I know it. Tripped up on this one, that random 23rd, because it was 22 forever, and then all of a sudden it was 23, and I didn't tell anybody about it, I'm just saying. So, sir, he says that if you run the ball most of the time, it's almost a guaranteed run. So on top of that, Kittle comes back. I'm wearing my Kittle's jersey. I had it in the closet for a little while. His blocks are amazing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He's going out on 3rd and short. They're running the ball on 1st and 2nd down. They're doing misdirection. Brilliant play calling last week. Like, my cousin was a little pissed off. Like, they didn't go more towards the run, and they were doing a little too Jimmy G.
Yes.
Whatever. And I guess you could do that towards the Jags because... It's the Jags. So you can experiment without losing, right?
Yes.
And I think that's what Shanahan was doing, if I'm thinking in the mind of a genius.
Yes.
Right. So...
And he also knew the Jags would know he would try to run, so he had to throw it.
There you go.
Because they loaded up the box with 8 people.
Yes, because the Jags the last couple of reasons...
last week,
they stopped they stopped the Bills team from the run, which they didn't have a run team.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they played the pass, which then... Josh Allen ended up messing up with. Yes.
Yeah, so the Jags were waiting for the run.
Yes.
Because they watched the last game where they blew out the Rams.
Right.
Like, oh my God, we have to stop the run. But then Shannon's like...
And then you throw a doozy in there, which... How many touches did I say that Deebo Samuels needed for them to convincingly beat the Jags and cover in...
10 to 15.
10 to 15, right?
And he did.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say 15 to 20, but that's getting into fantasy football, Madden type stuff.
10 to 15.
He had, I want to say... 10 touches, 9 of them were on the run, and then 1 pass.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, I mean, dude, have you seen his legs?
Yes.
He's got thick, motorized legs, and his way of stopping, what are those called? Cutbacks? Where you stop right here, and you throw your motion that way, but then you cut back the other way, and then you start the acceleration. What is that? Is it a jump cut? Is it a cutback?
That is called...
Because you're the running back guru.
I'm that. It's not a jump cut. Okay.
Okay.
It's not even a cutback.
Yeah.
I would consider it kind of a pseudo juke.
A pseudo juke,
because you're like, oh, I'm gonna juke this way, but you actually juke back the other way.
So it's a hard body motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not a jump cut. Though.
A jump. Okay. Right. Exactly.
It's more like dang, I'm trying to remember what it's called. Because in Madden they have a new rating for it. Yeah. It's like
I mean, it's hard. It takes hardly any time. Mm-hmm. But in that little bit of time, the defender's gone. It's like
the defender's like,
you know what? You know what
nope,
it is?
Gone.
It's very much like in the basketball equivalent is the ankle breaker.
Yes.
Where I go this way, I cross over, and then I come back ankle the other way to where it's like your motion's going this way, and you did it so fast that it catches the defender off guard. And I think that's what the equivalent is.
So basically, you have to have a high. I remember what it was in Madden. Okay. Change of direction.
Yes,
you have to have a high to do that. It's so also, here's another thing since I know this. Okay. Wide receivers do certain moves too. Yeah. It's called a head fake, where you head fake which way, like, oh, I'm going to cut inside, but I'm actually going outside. He did a head fake too. Yeah. Because he's a wide receiver, technically, right?
And you know who else has that talent on that team, but is in the doghouse or occasionally gets let out of the doghouse? What's his name again? Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, Ayuk.
Yeah, because
it's called a head fake.
Yeah, like, they both got like crazy speed and
doghouse.
So if you were comparing all the other wide receivers in the NFL right now, what would be your breakdown of Deebo Samuels?
Basically, he's got Tyreek Hill-ish speed, which kind of scares me.
That's true. Some of that.
But, what's it called? The versatility of a Cordell Patterson.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense,
running back wide receiver. Yeah, so he's a faster Cordell Patterson, which scares me.
Yeah.
Or more versatile Tyreek Hill, which still scares me.
And then why is half the time he's wide open? Like, there's no one around him. How does that happen? That, like...
I know how.
How? Tell me. I'm dying to know. Because I've been trying to figure out this mystery.
Basically, defensive scheme. So you scheme like, oh, they're probably going to run. Right. So you have all those people usually inside the numbers. He runs on the outside of the numbers. So it's probably going to be the corner, maybe? Or the safety? Yeah. If the safety gets sucked into your run, there's no one there. He's wide open, dude. It's just him in the corner.
How many touchdowns has he had where, like, he gets his punt return?
It's wide open. Yeah, wide open,
no one and there. Then he runs the rest of the way.
There's no one close.
I'm just telling you, I have yet to see Deebo Samuel's caught from behind. Remember, like, when like certain wide receivers, they get caught from behind?
Yes, not him. He's fast. Yeah. Kill fast.
Yeah, I mean... So
I know what he's doing. Yeah. He's practicing his social distancing. You're COVID-19. No one can be near him.
You can't have a show without mentioning fucking COVID.
Of course.
Exactly. Or as Trump would like to say, the Chinese flu.
Kung flu. Yeah. Anyway.
Kung flu. Anyways, let's not get on the politics. All right.
We won't.
All right. Number 13. Lucky 13 or unlucky 13. I think it's more unlucky 13. Yeah. So if I said unlucky 13, which team would you think that I haven't mentioned yet?
Crap. Oh man. I don't know.
You don't know? No. All right.
Who was unlucky? No, go ahead and tell me.
Yeah. I mean, they had the game won at the end, even though they snuck in on the end, and then a blown coverage. I'm telling you, Minka Fitzpatrick wouldn't have made that same mistake.
Steelers.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It was all Justin Herbert. It's fine.
That's
me being a Homer joke.
Yeah.
It's a Homer joke.
I saw that Mike Williams play, right?
Yeah.
And so
Mike Williams wide open.
Yeah.
I laughed.
And it was funny. I was watching the play and I was sort of critiquing it, and I was like, if I was Mike Williams, what I would have done is stopped all that motion and then cut back across. But
touchdown.
Yeah. But then he ends up trying to go for his foot.
Yeah.
And then that's when Mike Williams, being 6'5", normal people can't do this, where you just like stretch out, like your legs, your whole body like ends up.
Tall people can do that.
Yeah, tall people can do that, right? In basketball or like wide receivers. So like most people would have been caught with the leg trip up.
Yeah.
So
not him.
Yeah. So anyways. Yeah, they put up 37 points. They had major injuries. There was no TJ Watt. There was no Minka Fitzpatrick. Yeah.
Minka.
Yeah, Minka.
Mink.
Yeah. So you know what? I mean, I didn't want to take them out of the playoffs because so far they've proved that they've turned it around.
Yep.
And to lose to the Chargers and they were down 17 points.
They were. And they came back, and the Chargers were actually behind.
It's like a loss, but it isn't a bad loss.
No,
I'm not talking shit about the Steelers.
No.
Yeah. All right.
It's a close loss.
It was. All right, number 12. Sometimes
This is where the 49ers should have been.
Right.
In my opinion. The last playoff spot. That's just my opinion.
What's so funny?
What?
that this team lost to the 49ers.
The Rams?
The Rams.
See? Why do you have them there? They should be below the Niners.
No, they probably do. I just never want to inject my bias on here. And
Can I inject my bias?
Yeah.
I'm a homer. So let's put the Rams at 32 because we hate them next to the Seahawks at 31. What, is that too much to ask for as a Cards and Niners fan? I mean, we made an alliance, right? An unholy deal.
We did, but we can't be fair to Sean McVay, okay?
I know.
He has too perfect of a life to ruin it, okay?
No, we have to ruin it because it's too perfect. He has everything, man. He has everything.
We don't want to be haters. Like, there's always the Brady haters, which I always hated because I felt like they didn't understand football.
They don't.
They don't.
They just hate to hate.
Yeah, they just hate to hate. Like, John's a big fan. I am. I mean, dude,
Did you see the thing I told you about?
No.
NFL Network.
Okay,
Remember what I said to you?
Okay, I'll check it out.
The QB tree.
Okay.
Guess who's at the top of the tree?
Who? Joe Montana?
No! Tom Brady!
Oh, Tom Brady's tree? Okay.
No. It's called the QB tree, okay?
Oh,
and there's
the QB
multiple
tree.
Different branches.
Okay, yeah.
And they're saying who the originators of each style of like the modern QB is.
All right.
And at the top of the tree is the penultimate, the GOAT.
Okay, the
Tom
GOAT.
Brady's
Okay.
the top.
Okay.
At the base of the tree, though, is a certain other quarterback from the 20s and 30s. Because that was the first one.
Oh, Sammy Bogg?
Who did the whole thing? How'd you know already, Sammy Baugh? How'd you know?
Dude, I'm well versed.
The one who did the whole. The one who did the whole
history.
Yeah,
I mean, not only
football
did he
by your head,
dude,
throwing it. Yeah,
dude,
Sammy Baugh.
This is 1920s.
He's the trunk of the tree.
Yeah,
he's the one who started the passing.
Sir, you don't come out because after that, you're the punter. And you
do everything.
Defense.
Yeah, Sammy Baugh. He got.
Yeah.
Did you know Sammy Baugh got 4 picks in the same game and 4 touchdowns in the same game?
Dude. I mean,
Sammy freaking Baugh.
I mean, the ultimate dual
Iron
threat
Man.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Yes,
Iron Man.
dude.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Sammy Baugh is, then
you're not a real.
You can't have a fun podcast. Yeah. Like really, you don't know who Sammy. You don't know the creation of
the trunk of the tree.
Yeah,
Sammy.
I mean, and he's long too, tall for that day.
Yes.
So he's like punting no problem and slinging the ball.
God.
Yeah, dude. Come on, really?
He's the modern.
I mean,
he's the quarterback.
I mean, you would think if I knew Montana, then I would know Otto Graham, and I would know.
I'm still offended that Steve Young is in the scrambler tree. Explain that.
He is in the scrambler tree because he started off as a scrambler and then learned to pass. Dude, some of the greatest scrambles in the world
are Steve Young.
Yes, watch this one. Put Viking Steve Young scramble.
Okay.
He's at the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
He pumps it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to run. He runs for 49 yards, juking people. Okay. And I mean, who is Steve Young's idol? Do you know that? That he even has the same number? That doesn't help?
Randall Cunningham?
No, because they played around the same time. No, it's Michael Vick. That's why Michael Vick wore number 8. That's why Michael Vick ran. And Steve Young, instead of, you would think it'd be some other black dude.
I thought it'd be Randall Cunningham or something.
But it's not.
What?
It's Steve Young was his hero. That's why he wore the number 8. There you go. There's a little knowledge for you, okay? So he ran it 49 yards, juking people. It wasn't just like, I got 40 yards of freedom. It wasn't like a Forrest Gump run, where like he's roll, Todd, roll. He's running. Steve Young.
What?
And then at the 2-3 yard line, because of the run, he's stumbling in where he stumbled into the end zone and scored a touchdown. One of the greatest quarterback runs. If that is not in the top 10, then you're probably going to tell me that Roger Craig ain't in the Hall of Fame either, right?
Which he's not.
Who do I have to talk to? You know what? My wife said this, and sometimes I should listen to my wife. She said, go on the thread of the 49ers report.
Yeah.
I'm going to start doing just
Roger
nothing but
Craig,
are you really going to deny this? Okay, maybe you guys are too young to remember this, so
Roger
fuck
Craig.
all you young 49er millennial bitches. How about old school next generation X, generation Y?
Yeah.
Let's build the petition, okay?
Roger
That's what I'm
Craig.
going to do. That was going to be the greatest thing I do in my life is getting Roger Craig
into the Hall of Fame.
Okay, and here
Mark his words.
to introduce Roger Craig is a multi-fan.
The super fan.
Milton Roa. He does have a podcast.
Yeah.
Along with his friend Chris.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, let me tell you about Roger Craig. Okay?
Yeah,
Let me
you're
tell
up
you
there,
why he
His
deserves
bust,
to be in the Hall of Fame. I will tell you, I saw every one of his great
plays,
and he redefined the position, and other running backs got into the Hall of Fame because of his accomplishments. Stop the bullshit. You wouldn't hold out one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time or wide receiver. Did he sleep with one of the writers' wives or something like that? Like a top person?
I don't know.
I mean...
But anyway, back to the thing.
Yeah.
So, Steve Young's in the scramble tree. You know who else is in the scramble tree at the very end of the branch of that tree? Kyler Murray. They have Kyler Murray at the end of the branch because it goes from oldest to youngest.
It would make sense for now. We could redefine we could always change the category, right? Or not change the category, but like update it, right?
Yes.
So for right now, you have to say that because like his power is his run, and that's how he survived before figuring out the pass of being little, not having enough wide receivers. Yeah. As he gets those more wide receivers, as we're seeing right now, then he will go into...
There's different branch names. One is called like accuracy. One is like the arm, like throwing power.
Yeah.
Another is the signal caller. So like coach on the field. And,
you got to admit that when his injuries happened last year and his running game had to be curtailed, he wasn't as good. Yeah. You know, because that's such a you at least need the threat of it, if not the execution.
But now it's is that the Titans or there was the Vikings game? Remember?
Yeah.
That one play when he scrambled against the Vikings, it was juked them all out and crap, and then he threw.
Yeah, it's hard not to think of him as a scrambler who's learned to throw. Being as short
there's a
as
dual threat quarterback branch, and of course Lamar Jackson is there.
All right, let's continue on here.
But you guys should check that out on NFL Network.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Watch it.
All right, so I said the Rams, right? They lost 2 in a row.
Yep.
They play the Packers this week, dude, which isn't good because the Packers are coming off a loss.
Yes.
And I've just started to think that the bad habits that Matthew Stafford built with him in the Lions are coming back. Like, you know what? For the first couple weeks of something, you could claim your glory, you know? Like, look at me, I lost all this weight, I look amazing, you know?
And then later on, eating food, getting fat.
Be like, dude, what happened? You're fat again, you know? So I think it's sort of like that with him. You know?
Yeah, and Rodgers knows Stafford.
Yeah, he used to play against them. So really, what you're saying, you're telling me is that the Packers are going to play the Lions.
Yes.
Okay. I hadn't thought about it from that perspective.
You're welcome.
Okay, hold on. Let me
it's
write
me,
that.
dude. I'm the nerd.
I'm worried about Rodgers' turf toe, which being Rodgers has said that it's more than what a turf toe is. Now, is that Rodgers being a little bitch and being like, oh, it hurts, or is he being real and he's dealing with it?
I think he's being real and dealing with it.
Okay, all right.
Oh, that's not good though.
No.
I wish Rodgers was full.
But he did throw 4 touchdowns on
You don't need to have a good toe to throw 4 touchdowns, dude. You just need good scheme and good wide receivers.
Yeah.
And being an MVP, you know.
They beat him up bad last year. And I don't think there's much of a change in quarterback from the backup to Stafford. I mean, is it possible the Rams are going to lose 3 in a row?
Yes, please. Go away, Rams.
Oh, I would love that. You want the loss. I see where you're going.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I do too. Because
you
know what?
Cards and Niners to the
top.
top.
I mean, if it's possible, how cool would it be if at the end, instead of the Rams having the second best record, it was the Niners. Like the Niners had caught up. The Rams lose, the 49ers win.
That's what I'm saying.
The Rams lose, they sort of win. You know, I mean, is it possible, that scenario?
That's what I'm going for, dude.
That's what you're going for.
I'm a double homer.
Okay.
I'm rooting for the Cardinals and the Niners.
Okay. All right. The Lions.
I'm starting to like your team more, though. Yeah. I might be a traitor and become a Niners fan.
Okay,
you got that on tape, by the way.
All right.
I said that.
All right.
I said what I said.
Dude, I have such an appreciation for the Cards. I hate the Seahawks.
Yeah,
and
they
the
beat up on
Rams
them.
think that they're better than us, but they're not. So
yes.
Yeah, for sure. I fucking hate LA. Sorry to all those people that love your LA sports teams. Even calling the Gooch. I mean, Gooch loves the Lakers and the Dodgers.
I understand.
And I can't stand.
Wait, no, he doesn't like the Dodgers. He likes.
Oh, sorry. You're right. I went too LA on that. Yeah. He's not that LA.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
I'm SoCal, NorthCal, you know?
Exactly.
Fuck what's in between the sandwich.
Who's 11?
Oh, number 11. This team fell, dude. They fell out of the top 10, and they're not supposed to fall out of the top 10.
You know what?
That could be a lot of teams at this point, right? But they've lost. They lost to the Jags, the Jackoffs, and then at Orchard Park, where Bills Mafia is in full force.
Bills lost.
Bills lost. No, they didn't lose. You got that completely wrong. They got trounced. They got 41-15.
By who?
By the Colts.
Yeah.
The Bills are one-dimensional, just like Hawk said on there.
Should have listened to it.
It's what dude, if you go back to our early podcast,
we even said,
wait a minute. So they rebuilt their offensive line. They rebuilt their defensive line. They didn't address the running backs at all. They're going with the same running backs they had last year. It's putting too much pressure on Josh Allen.
Josh Allen blows out the weak teams at least.
He does.
That's it though.
He does.
You know who else beats the middling and shitty teams? Heineke.
Okay.
Josh Allen equals Heineke.
Are the Bills going to beat the Saints this week?
So, Josh Allen equals Heineke. How do you feel about that? He beats up on the crap teams just like Heineke. How do you feel?
He might be a more polished
Heineke. Yeah, he's a polished, beer bottle. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Heineken. Anyway, I don't know. The Saints are what? They've just been slipping, huh?
Yeah, I like your theory that okay,
Sean
is Peyton really going to lose 4 in a row when he?
Hell no, dude.
Last one hasn't lost 3 in a row since 2015.
Yep.
I need to find hasn't lost 4 in a row till ever.
Yeah.
I don't think he has. I don't think he has. He did have a bad season or two where they lost a bunch of games, but yeah, I don't. Wow, that is an ugly game if I ever saw it. Anyways, yes.
Don't bet on it.
Yeah, I mean, so far you lost the first game of the season. I haven't forgot it. You lost to the Steelers when they were terrible, when they were 1-3. Okay, you lost to the Jags. You lost to the Titans when you should have won that game. I just don't think that, and this is something that I'll swear by, is that what did I say? When you jump on the Jags, you surprise them. You what's that word? That you just totally, like in a battles, you just
dominate them.
Not dominate, but the early like when sometimes you find out, everyone's going to sleep at this time, and then that's when you attack, catching them off guard.
Yeah. Also, shock cavalry, where you charge with shock cavalry to shock them and break.
The Bills don't we're down, we're cool. I mean, Titans game, the pressure got to them on that one. Yeah. We're down 6-9. We can never lose to the Jags. Fumble on 4th and 1 against Josh Allen. This week, Taylor jumps on him 14-0 in the first quarter. So I think that's where Sean McDermott has his limits as far as going back to the nucleus.
100%.
Yeah, 100% from Matt Gucciani too. Yeah.
Who's in the top 10?
Top 10 at the bottom of the top 10 where they belong. They've lost 2 of the last 3 games. They can't score points. I mean, unless it's against the Falcons, but no, nothing. They scored the last 2 games they've scored 25 points total.
No idea.
Yet they are the division supposed champ.
I don't know who that is.
Cowboys, Cowgirls.
Oh, the Cowgirls.
Yeah.
Oh. What happened?
I think what it is that Kellen Moore is getting exposed. So it wasn't that Mahomes beat Dak because Mahomes had sort of a terrible game. He had 1 interception. He fumbled.
Yeah, he did.
And he only had 200 plus yards, no touchdown. So it was all the defense.
Mahomes,
yeah. Okay. So, what was the question?
My question was, what happened to the Cowboys?
Oh, Cowboys.
Why are they crap?
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was sort of a trickle-down effect. Amari Cooper wasn't playing. He's sort of their senior leader, right?
Yeah.
He's the one that catches the routes, and you need him in there. And then as soon as in the second quarter, CeeDee Lamb went out with a concussion trying to get the ball from the cornerback that had the interception.
Yeah.
Off it was supposed to be a touchdown. I think it just started to fall apart at that point. Then Dak didn't have as many weapons, and then he was forcing it.
Yeah.
And this is another thing. Okay. How many years has Dak played? Just a guess.
5.
Okay. Maybe
5 or 6.
6, right?
Yeah.
We'll exaggerate and say 7.
Yeah.
Okay. How many times as an AFC, NFC team do you play in that other person's house?
Once or twice, maybe.
Once every how many years?
4.
No, wrong. 8. Because you play one at theirs, they play one at yours.
Oh, so it's a 4-year rotation from at your own. So
right. So you only play once every 4 years, and then when you do, it's
every 8 years.
So basically, what I was saying is that Dak Prescott had never played an Arrowhead.
Oh.
Which I would think would make a big difference. I mean, think about it. Don't you think Arrowhead, with the Chief fans, and instead of every other patriotic America saying home of the Braves, they say home of the Chiefs, right? Where they actually change the national anthem in a sea of red.
Well, the thing is that Arrowhead, they have seating really close to the field.
Oh, okay.
It's actually probably, I think it either is.
So it's like
closest.
old school, right? It's not one of the newer ones.
Yeah, it's either the closest or second closest.
Yeah.
The fans are like right literally on the field.
So there was people really talking shit.
Yeah, you can hear them. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I hope your knee fucking busts.
Yeah, so they are very loud. So Dak had no idea what was coming. He was like,
so
oh,
if that's
shit.
the first time, even as a 6 or 7 year
That's
veteran, you're playing like. I wish I would have saw that on something I read. Like, and it's something subtle, but I think big. Especially you're missing your wide receiver.
Also Arrowhead.
Yeah.
They are the crowd super loud because they're the closest, I think, to the field, sidelines like field than anyone else.
Through history, has Spagnuolo gotten better as the season goes on and even into the playoffs?
Yeah.
Has that been the consistent?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's happening right now, because they always start off like they're the worst run defense. And the last 4 games, I added up the different points. Nothing went over 20. And the Chiefs are holding teams to 12 points. Okay? We're talking the Raiders. We're talking the Cowboys. We're talking the Packers. And yes, I know they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, but still, that's pretty damn good. Yeah. And, I mean, let's look at Spagnuolo's resume, right? Is he not the one who stopped the undefeated team of 19-0? With Tom Brady and the Patriots.
On the Giants.
On the Giants, rushing 4, dropping everybody else back,
yep,
and mixing it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with the Niners, too, he was doing shit to them to make Shanahan think differently. I could just see it. So, yeah. Do I have faith in Steve Spagnuolo? Yes, because like you were saying with the Bucs, sometimes the Buccaneers are playing coy. And I think that sometimes Steve Spagnuolo is like, he wants to save his good stuff for the real deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And right now they sort of got a run going. I think it's only a matter of time because you know what I saw? I saw a hint of hope for the Chiefs because how many times did we crap on the Chiefs?
A lot.
Right?
They were in depression mode for like 5 years straight. Just lost. Yeah,
exactly. I'm always shitting on them like I'm on an old marble Roman toilet,
you're
along
only,
with the slaves.
It's because you're salty about the Super Bowl loss.
Yeah, salty about Super Bowl, right? And then so there's the running water there, and there's a stick with a sponge on it, and then I'm like dipping it in there, and then like, this is what I think about you, Chiefs, and then I clean the culo.
Yeah.
That's how they used to do it back in the day. I was reading this one thing, and of course the elite had their own toiletries and own bathrooms they would go to, but the common man and the slaves had to share this latrine, right? Because that's the word where the word comes from.
Yep.
And just so there's a whole bunch of marble seating with these small holes on them, and that's where you would take your dump with some running water in the front of you and running water to clear out the sewage and to be able to, I'm like, because you got to wonder, like, back then, something we take for granted. Thank God I couldn't live in a time before the toilet. I guess that's what I want. How about you? If that was a random question.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Okay. Anyways.
Oh, man, I am not feeling good.
All right.
It's kombucha.
Where do the Cowboys go from here?
Up. They have to.
Okay. They're most likely they'll win the Raiders. We have our theories that,
it's gonna be close.
It's going to be close. Mm-hmm. But I think Kellen Moore, too, he's only a second-year coordinator, and Steve Spagnuolo was just like, virgin boy, let me show you how it's done prison style. And he was like, oh, no, I can't take it.
Who's next?
Yeah. Enough with the Cowgirls.
Did
you know that Stephen A. Smith had the Cowboys number 5 on his power rankings today? And then what happened?
What?
Is everyone revolted and said, you have to redo your power rankings. And so he had to redo them. So later on I'm going to watch because we had to do this right now.
Because it's bad.
Yeah. I mean, all the other ones made sense.
He's a homer. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Next one. Because I am not feeling good from this kombucha.
Are you serious?
Making my stomach. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Anyway, continue.
All right.
Also 2 hours.
Okay. All right.
So.
All right. Here we go. Ready?
Yes. I'm ready. VIP room.
VIP room. No, dude, we're at number 9. This is not the VIP room.
Oh, we're at the bar.
Top 10.
Right. Yeah,
right.
You're right. Okay, number 9.
Dude, I dropped this team from 1 to 9.
Titans?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What happened to remember the Titans?
What
happened to Sonny? What happened to Sunshine?
I'll tell you what happened to him, okay?
He went to the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence.
I will tell you about the unraveling.
Yeah, tell me.
Of the Titans, okay?
Yeah, what happened?
Okay,
yeah, please.
So first of all, you're on your high horse because you've beaten 4 straight playoff teams. I mean, you're talking cream of the crop.
Okay.
They find out that week Derrick Henry's over. There's what's it called, wakes or mortuaries, we're doing the funeral processions over the Titan season, right? I mean, as far as they'll probably make the playoffs because they'll win.
Yeah, of course.
They've beaten the Colts twice, but they'll win the division, but they're getting knocked out.
Yeah.
So you're thinking the Rams got them exactly where they want them. No. Matthew Stafford throws 2 crucial red zone picks. Yeah. Is that what you call it? The red zone going the other way? The opposite red zone? The red zone of the Titans.
Yeah.
After they turned it into that, after the interceptions.
Come on, man.
Yeah. And then the following week, you have a 2-point win against the Trevor Siemian or Seaman.
Just stop.
Yeah. And so it was slowly collapsing. And then you had the Texans. They were favored huge. Yeah. Julio Jones isn't there. A.J. Brown gets knocked out in the second quarter. That's what led to their final collapse, or else they might have won. Did you know that?
Yeah, whenever you lose your number 1 and 2 wide receiver, it's not good.
Right, and that's what we saw with the Dallas game, that they lost Amari Cooper, and then all of a sudden you lose CeeDee Lamb, because what you're doing is you're forcing him into the number 1 spot, and with that number 1 spot comes a lot of danger.
Exactly.
Right? Like the best cover guy on him, long balls, he ended up getting concussed.
Yep.
So, yeah. So I don't think, I think the Titans are going to get hammered by the Patriots this week. Patriots have had 10 days rest. Bill Belichick does well against his disciples. Yeah, he came on earlier
and said Tennessee. Yeah, over and over. Yeah, Tennessee, remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's all he would say. That's why
10 days.
That's why I was so pissed off. I was like, dude, tell me about other things. And all he could say was Titans.
I know, it's weird. Yes, he has to win.
Okay, so you're right. So that's one of my bets is I got the Patriots winning. I think I got them at plus 4.5. Yep. And since then, I would have them only at plus 3.5 because they went from 5.5 to 6.5 in one night. What's that telling you?
Not good.
Not good. People are like, okay, this is a shitty week for betting. Because last week was the friendly one that we messed up on.
Of course we did.
Yeah, exactly.
We always mess up on the easy one.
Exactly.
And then we nailed the really hard ones.
The easy winners, oh boy. The losers, we got them down.
We got it.
Okay. Anyways, moving on to the next one.
Yep.
This one fell too. Or I don't know where they are, but they don't deserve to be in the VIP room.
Nope.
They didn't even have Lamar Jackson. They won despite no Lamar Jackson. What was his name? Tyrone Huntley.
Tyrone Huntley. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Ravens?
Yes, Ravens.
Yeah, it happens. They really need Lamar, and they really need everyone back. They shouldn't have lost all those people earlier in week 1. The running backs and Marcus Peters. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, really I'm gonna give this win or give this team ball to John Harbaugh.
Yeah. Good job, coach.
Yeah. All right. Next, number 7.
Yep.
How this team has rised.
Oh.
And just like, I don't know how many games they won. I know they've lost only. They haven't lost much.
Okay.
And they blew out the other team.
Oh.
It's the Colts.
Nay.
Sounds awfully similar to the Broncos.
Well, they are.
They are.
They're the same species.
They are.
They're both horses.
Okay.
But no one ever says anything.
All right. Does one have a dick and the other one doesn't, or something like that? No. That's what I thought they said. Like a Colts is one thing, and then a Broncos is another thing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's what they said.
All right. Well, I guess one does.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Well, right now it's probably the Broncos that are.
Probably.
Yeah.
Good job, Colts. Everyone wrote you off, including myself and Milton.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, this is where I stood on it, okay? Because I was sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I was like, they got a top 10 offense and defense.
Yep.
Frank Reich is a very good coach. So I looked at the nucleus because you always got to look at the nucleus to start. And I thought if he could just whisper just enough. And so what we were seeing early on was just sort of bonehead mistakes, injuries, COVID, like everything that could go wrong did happen. So once the injuries went away, after the COVID went away, I mean, he essentially played. I didn't see him make the bonehead plays that everyone was expecting so that the Bills would lose. So if you got that going, then watch out. I mean, there's 3,600 plus 3,600. That means if you put $100, you win $3,600. If you put 1,000,
wow,
you win 36,000.
Wow,
yeah,
that's a lot.
For the people that make a living, I gotta imagine that they peppered it a little bit, with some of the other long shots that are out there. Mm-hmm. Anyways, number 6, one just before the VIP room.
Oh, if you say my Cardinals, I'm killing you. Oh, it is, isn't it? The way you just... Oh, okay, I'm out. Where's the exit button? You put my Cardinals outside the VIP room?
Should I tell my wife to get you a beer or a
no,
margarita?
No, okay. I gotta drive after this.
Okay, all right, fine. Should I get another one?
Yeah, go ahead. Go get another one for a stranger.
No, it's funny because it does start with a C.
Okay.
The Chargers.
Okay, Matt's happy.
Yeah, you know what? I hope that
what?
Homer bias didn't enter this, but this is what I'm going with. Okay, when I pick somebody high, I'm not only going for the fact that they won, how they won, and the potential of winning more.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
So I saw Herbert finally unleashed. Like we were always
what happened?
Because there was talks of like maybe Lombardi isn't the right coach because Joe Lombardi was like had Breeze, which was like self-contained, short passing, run the ball, play good defense. But like, why are you going to put shackles on Justin Herbert if I've heard everyone say he's got the best gun in the NFL, like the prettiest pass, the prettiest drop, accuracy.
Especially the deep throw.
Yeah, especially the deep throw. Yeah. So he let that go, and then on top of that, he ran for 90 yards. And Matt was saying he probably could have ran for 100 because he could have had more, but he had to do the slide and stuff like that where it ends up stopping it. So, you know what? And the fact that they were leading big and then were starting to lose and then came back at the end and won and went for it on fourth down and all that stuff, which Staley started sort of playing it close and to the vest. Like he was going old Chargers, but then he went new Chargers. So give it up to the Chargers. They're not quite ready to step into the VIP room, but I think that they beat the Broncos this week. It's a close game. That's what you say.
Yeah.
But when it's all said and done, the Chargers come out and, I mean, if it's like last week where 4 of the top 5 lose, then there's plenty of room for you in the VIP room, depending on...
The Cards can't lose. They're on a bye. So I know they're guaranteed to stay in the VIP room.
Sometimes weird stuff happens when you're on the bye.
Oh, come on!
Someone else plays a little bit better.
You college power ranking crapper.
It's not like they drop huge, but they drop 1 or 2. I mean, I'm just saying, okay.
All right, VIP room, baby.
VIP room. All right,
here we go.
All right.
Come on, you Homer.
Okay, all right. This next one does start with a C.
Oh, if you put my Cardinals at 5, I'm done with you.
Okay. It's not, but it's the Chiefs.
Whoa.
The last 4 games, the Chiefs have been winning. They've allowed 17, 14, 7, something that average is less than 12 points a game. Spagnuolo is turning it on. Chris Jones is healthy. Is that his name, right?
Yes.
Chris Jones. The other one is similar to yours on...
Chandler Jones.
Yes. No. Yeah. You have the Honey Badger back there, right? Taking care of things on the back and just an overall... Whatever tweaks he made, he's got him on the right path. We're still waiting for the Chiefs to click. Especially with Mahomes. Mahomes had a terrible game. He had an interception, a fumble, had a lot of yards, and kept the drives going. But if they ever pair their offense with their defense, then they're headed back to the AFC Championship. Not saying quite Super Bowl. Because,
but they still got the Super Bowl hangover, yes?
Yeah, they still do. But, I mean, Super Bowl hangover is like you had a fucking great time, or you had a bunch to drink, but it ended up being a shitty time.
Yeah.
And then but the hangover only lasts so long, Yes. Niners were decimated by theirs because the injuries ended up leading to the rest of the season being bad. Chiefs don't have those injuries.
No.
They just have what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. They're just weak. They're weakened.
Yeah.
They got exposed.
Right, exactly.
Still kind of exposed now. I think some of the top teams can still beat them.
Yes, exactly. But they've been hot the last 4 weeks.
Against middle teams.
They beat the Cowboys.
Cowboys are a middling team without their wide receivers.
Yes, true. And they beat the Packers without Rodgers. So that's sort of middling. And then they beat the Raiders, who have a black cloud.
Middling.
Yeah, and then whoever they beat the last game, which was close, which I don't remember. Do you?
Oh, the Giants.
Oh, yeah. And that was a close game. So they're sort of fraudulent.
I'm telling you, dude.
They're sort of fraudulent.
They are being exposed.
The only reason that they've gotten this far is with their defense.
Mm-hmm.
So the offense,
which is ironic because we made fun of it earlier.
Oh, they get the week off, don't they?
They actually do they? Is it the Chiefs and Cardinals with the bye?
Yeah,
that's hilarious. They're gonna hang out and have some beers.
Exactly. Have this little scrimmage.
Yeah.
All right.
A little scrimmage. Yeah, please do. I'll watch it.
How about we do a little 7-on-7? You know, there's no linemen involved. Just.
Yeah. Oh hell no, dude! Mahomes versus Murray. I'd watch that. Yes, sign me up.
All right. Final four.
The final four, like in was it basketball?
Yeah.
The March Madness. Okay.
I did not think that this team would be in here. I told you they're gonna stay between 18 and 21.
Patriots.
Yeah.
What happened, Milton? You jinxed yourself. That's what happened.
Yeah. No, I mean 5 straight. I mean, and not only like straight wins, but dominance.
Yeah.
I mean, they blew out the Jets. They put 54.
Yep.
They shut out the Falcons 25-0. They hammered both the Panthers and Browns by double digits.
And they beat the Chargers.
Yeah,
the Chargers at home. Yeah.
By 7.
Yeah.
So.
My God.
At SoFi.
Whew. It's a hard thing to do.
What's leading to all this? Okay, let's look at the
Super
nucleus.
Bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to.
I think they're like plus 1,500. So 100 wins 1,500 or 1,000 wins 15,000.
Wow.
Not bad for someone that's in business. Like if this was my permanent career,
it's betting.
I'd throw $50 that way. You know, $50 ain't gonna hurt me, but then $50 wins me like $750.
Yeah.
That is a nice payout. You know, as I'm watching the Patriots, who I hate. You know, I almost did that with the Chiefs game. So I said, okay, one way or another, I'm gonna win this, or I'm gonna feel good about this game. I'm like. So everyone's taking the Chiefs. They should beat the Niners. And I was calculating everything, and I couldn't figure out how the Niners could win, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the Niners are up by 10. I almost put 500 on the Chiefs.
You should have, because they would have won. Because they would have won. Because you would have made all the money.
Right. And if they hadn't, my Niners won another Super Bowl. Fuck $500, you know? And
so you felt good either way.
Yeah, it was a hedge bet, a win either way, you know? But it was just all in theory. And
should have done it. You would have made money.
I know, exactly.
You would have made how much, though?
No, I mean, by 500 would have won 500 because they were the favorite, so you were just taking the minus 3-point spread.
Okay.
Yeah.
Darn.
Anyways, yeah. So they play the Titans. They got 10 days rest. Patriots have a run game. They got a great defense. Excellent defense.
They've got everything.
Everything.
Because freaking Belichick.
Remember those COVID opt-outs?
Yes.
Dante Hightower's back.
Oh, God.
Kyle Van Noy, who didn't work with Miami, is back.
Wow.
Through the draft, right? Also spent money getting them.
Yeah.
Free agents. And then just built the offense to be like almost this like super tank where it's like double tight ends, double running backs. It's just
a tank
running that's just slowly moving down the field, you know? So because his dad was Army, I want to say, or Air Force. One of those two.
Yeah.
Where his dad served at. And then
the T-Wing?
Yeah, the T-Wing and all that stuff.
Here we go.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then you have Mac Jones, who is the best rookie quarterback. I'm not going to put any biases, even though I didn't want him on my team. And even if you said we could trade Trey Lance for him, it just wouldn't work out.
I found out something, by the way.
What?
Mac Jones has the NCAA record for highest QB rating career.
I believe that. Yeah, with his accuracy.
Or was not career. It was career. Yeah. He had a 202.9 QBR.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
come on!
The offense is run different. So for Shanahan, that slow, methodical tank run on offense works for him. Belichick. But for Shanahan, it doesn't, you know? Because you need the quarterback to be RPO if you want to go into the future.
But Mac Jones, though, dude. He was the most pro-ready for sure.
Oh, yeah. When they say pro-ready, for sure. Exactly.
Yeah. So Belichick was just licking his lips. He's like, yes.
Yeah,
exactly. Come to Patriots.
So they go into the top 3.
Top 4?
They're top 4, but if they win again...
Top 3.
Top 3. Yeah.
All right, I'm ready, Melton. Who's number 3?
All right, number 3.
Scared.
If you have your weapons, you will destroy empires.
The Bucks. Yeah, they're gonna. You got Gronk.
They're
gonna get Brown.
That's the only reason I bet on the game. If they said no Gronk, then I would have probably not bet. But
I got the Bucks.
Yeah, I think they have a tough game against the Colts, and my thinking is that I think the Colts, because the Bucks are 5-0 at home, Brady don't lose in front of the pirate ship, right? This doesn't, dude. Okay, okay. So I told my daughter Emily to look at this, okay, and I want you to look at it in further games. And every time it happened, it just coincidentally worked out that way. Okay, so sort of a jinx, voodoo, whatever you want to call it. You know, time, space. So my theory, and I've had it for a long time, is when you are standing on your own logo, like in shotgun form, or you have it right over, and you're the home team, first down, touchdown happens, whatever. When the opposite team is on there, bad shit happens. You fumble. You almost get the first down, like that first down that he sort of caught. I saw it as a catch, and then he fumbled it out of the end zone if I was the ref on that play. But because he had started, sometimes it's just having a foot. And so that logo is big as a Buccaneer. So sometimes, like you're telling me, if Daniel Jones has his foot on the skull of the Bucs emblem, that he's going to throw a touchdown off of it, and that's so much disrespect. And I showed it to Emily, so she started paying attention, and every time I saw it, I was like even when they backed us up to I was like, cool, it was a penalty and they backed us up 10 yards, but they backed us right back up into the emblem. You know? Yeah, it didn't work out quite that time, but so I mean, Brady on that emblem, he just derives energy out of it, and other teams don't do so well. But on the road, it's a different story. They're averaging 23.5 points. They've lost to the Rams on the road. They've lost to the Saints on the road. They've lost to Washington on the road.
He needs the Bucs logo on under his feet.
Yes, exactly. So what I'm saying is that if I had to pick the Bucs or the Colts winning, I almost turned it into the Bolts with the B word.
How dare you?
But I see the Colts holding strong at home with a strong chance of winning, but covering points. They're the underdogs. So if you attach points to them and say, okay, the Colts are going to get double digits, so they could survive the storm from the Bucs on the road, or they could possibly win. Yeah. What's your thinking on that? From being on the emblem
I do the Colts with points.
With points. Especially the more points, the better, right?
Yeah, because the Bucs might blow them out, and it'd be very, very sad.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh, crap, I should take in the Bucs.
Yeah. But, dude, I mean, no one's been handled. The Titans beat them twice on one-score games. The Rams beat them by 3, and the Ravens needed a miracle in overtime. Yeah. Since that, they beat the 49ers. They beat other teams. All the teams they've beaten are by double digits, just like your Cards.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
My Cards have beaten everyone they've beaten by double, except Trey Lance.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Trey Lance is really good, and yet you started...
So I think it's a tough game with them, and I think if the Bucs can win this game, then they can roll into the playoffs. You know how they were 7-5 last year?
Yeah, I know.
There was questions, and they lost to the Saints by a bunch of points.
But they always roll at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Especially, and I think they're getting Antonio Brown back. So anyways, all right.
Yeah, 2 hours, 16 minutes so far.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Number 2. Despite this team losing, I had to keep him at number 2 because he threw for 390 yards and 4 touchdowns, and it wasn't his fault that they lost. He did it on turf toe, too. Yeah.
The Packers. Yeah. Poor Pack.
Right? And they lost to a good Vikings team, so I didn't want to, all these teams have bugaboos and hiccups and bad losses, but, that's not a bad loss, you know?
No. Yeah. It's actually a good loss because it might galvanize your team.
Right.
Almost threw for 400 freaking yards.
I mean, everyone figured it would be a tough game. Yeah. And then at number 1, your Cardinals.
Wow. We've regained the crown and the throne. Finally. After so long of being humiliated by Rodgers because of a bullshit throw.
I sent you that text to throw you off a little bit and sink them a little bit.
I knew it was the Cardinals. Come on, they won.
But you know what? I mean, yes, it could have been. I could have put the Bucs at number 1. Yeah. You know, because
getting Kyler Murray back after the bye week and having an easy schedule.
Yeah. So I was basing it on what they've done, which they've won 2 out of 3 games without Kyler Murray.
Yeah, and without D-Hop.
Was that
without DeAndre Hopkins?
Without DeAndre
it was literally
Hopkins,
AJ Green
Chase
and freaking
Edmonds.
Yeah.
So
Zach Ertz,
they've overcome COVID. They've overcome injuries. Cliff is definitely
coach of the year.
Come
on, guys.
Yeah. So and I was basing it on they're gonna get a bye week. They should be the number 1 team going in, and then they come back and play Bears, and I think they sustain that, okay, win this game against the Bears like in a nice, strong fashion.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray come back. You retain your number one. Because even if the Packers beat the Rams, okay, even if the Bucks beat the Colts, I mean, you can't be displaced from your number one if you win the game in front of you.
Yeah.
All right. So, so anyways, so quickly saying, the Lions most likely will cover or win. The Cowboys should win, but don't put any of your turkey Black Friday money on it. Don't. Oh dear, I thought you had money for me for Black. Sorry, I bet on the Cowboys.
Yeah, sorry, wife.
Yeah, exactly.
So are we meeting on Friday?
Yeah, we're meeting on Friday.
All right.
Yeah, we'll do our short
right
version
after
of
Thanksgiving,
it. Yeah, right after Thanksgiving.
We'll be sleepy.
I actually got to work that day, which sucks.
Oh, so I'll have to come over early.
Yeah, early, like 9 o'clock's good.
Sure.
Yeah. And anything else you want to say?
Yeah, my cards. Okay. So beautiful game.
Okay. There's only a 2-minute time limit on talking on them because.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Prater missed so many kicks. He missed 4 kicks, guys. Okay. That's not Prater.
How much do they come back? Kyler Murray starting the game against the Bears, against Andy Dalton.
Easily 30 points.
Give me a score.
35 to 16.
Okay.
Easily 30 plus
so
points.
You're not, and I don't think the point spreads on these games will be very scary. So you're just like taking
cards for the win.
For the win. Okay. And you've never felt better about saying that.
No, I haven't. Right. As I was saying, so really interrupted by the Niners homer.
Sorry. I was just propping up
it would have been thank you. So here's really popping the cards. So that Seahawks game, it was not 23-13, guys.
Oh yeah.
Prater would hit like 99% of the time he hits the stuff. The real score, guys, was actually 31-13. So another 30-plus point blowout.
Okay. Hold on.
Check all of their wins so far.
Hold on 1 second. Okay, you are talking about the Seahawks at number 29. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It should have been a 31-13, but he missed 2 field goals and 2 extra points.
But if you beat garbage by more than what you should, does that even really matter?
Yes.
Why?
Because betting. Point spread betting. You corrupted me. I hate you.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Because if you put bets on that and they didn't nail those, you're like, oh, I lost my money.
Yeah.
So
I want to say
in fantasy
you know
league.
what? It's so funny. I want to tell you. I'm going to show you. Oh no, I think it's in my other book. Okay. So what I did was I'm going to tell this really quick. It's going to end on betting. So I was talking to my friend Johnny, and he's like, "We're going about this all wrong. We're doing 4-teamers and 3-teamers. You got to do 2 or 1, right?" The one straight up. It's just like, you know what? I'm gonna go all in and I'm gonna take the like Patriots against the Titans. Whatever the under touchdown spread. So I was thinking, okay, so that's the direction we're headed in. So I'm like, out of these games that I have in front of me, which 3 games would I feel comfortable with, right? And so one was automatically the Texans. There is no way that the Titans, as far as like fuming on gas, that they would beat them by that much. The other one was the Lions. Who are the Browns to get 10 points when they have major injuries, especially at quarterback, against the Lions?
Exactly.
And then the third one was a -2.5 Cardinals, and in the corner it said, if Murray plays, definitely take it. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. And we'll see you
Friday. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble, gobble.